Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinager, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He is Joe Reinager. I'm Jason Minix on a windy Wednesday.
Hump day.
There you go.
It's going to be a good rest of the week, Jason. I'm looking forward to it. Today's going to be a good show, and then nothing but fresh air and sunshine the next two.
Yeah, we'll be in a tent.
That's okay.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, tomorrow.
I'll step outside.
And Friday, we're going to be live out at the Valero, Texas Open. And, I was having lunch today with some people. We were on a patio, and it was so freaking windy outside. I think your hair might have even moved outside
Not
today.
a chance. Not a chance.
No chance?
No chance.
My hair did. It was all over the place. And, I was, and I'm thinking, by the golf tournament tomorrow, I wonder if the winds are going to die down because it's windy out there anyway.
It is. And that makes that golf course so much tougher. It's a hard golf course anyway, but you get the wind blowing 20 miles an hour, man, it's going to be difficult and we'll test those guys. So but I like that. It's going to be fun. I mean, and I think that's why those guys are playing here this week. They want a strong test before they head to Augusta next week. So it's going to be a lot of fun out there. I'm looking forward to it.
Although it might not matter at Augusta next week if Tiger Woods plays. And there's more and more talk that Tiger Woods might play. He played 18 holes there yesterday.
He did.
He completed the 18 holes.
He did.
Did he walk 18?
He did.
Anybody get an update on how he's feeling today?
I have not seen that, how he's feeling today, but it's funny because I was talking to my brother about that last night, and I only bring him in is because he used to be a golf pro once upon a time.
Randy was?
He was. Yeah, he actually was.
Why do all financial advisors double as golf pros?
Because the golf business, if you don't make it as a pro on tour, is really tough.
Yeah.
It really is. So anyway, he did that for a little while. And but he's been out there, and walking that golf course is difficult. Now, the fact that Tiger got around yesterday, but you're talking about at least 2 rounds that he's going to have to do that back to back. And I think that's what he's probably thinking about, how he feels today, and could he have done it again today?
The interesting thing is Scott Van Pelt and Andy North and all those guys, they were doing a media conference call talking about the Masters. And SVP used the line, somebody asked, how does coverage change if Tiger is there? Everything, because it becomes a singular event.
It does.
Scott Van Pelt said he texted another golfer. He didn't say who, but somebody on the PGA Tour. And he says, dude, if Tiger's playing, you guys could be out there nude and nobody's going to give a damn. And that is so true. Just the idea of Tiger playing out there gets me hyped up for the Masters, an event you're already hyped up for.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the other golfers feel about it. And obviously, most of them love the fact that Tiger Woods would be out there and what he has done for the game of golf in itself. Rory Mcilroy today out at the Valero, Texas Open was asked about it, and he said, I think it'd be awesome if he's out there. Look, just the fact that he's even thinking about playing the Masters, some 13, 14 months, 13 months after that accident that it will almost cost him his legs completely is just a miracle in itself. So, look, whatever happens, but surely that's why he played this early. And how he woke up this morning and how he's feeling, I think, will determine how he moves forward next week.
I got to believe he's playing. His competitive drive has him to this point. I don't know that he goes and he plays that practice round, getting all the attention that he's doing, and says, "Nah, man, I can't do it." I just don't see that. I mean, the fact that we know he played that round because people are tracking flight numbers for Tiger Woods. That's generally reserved for coaching searches when you're tracking flight numbers. Remember, hell, we were doing that here when Jeff Traylor was, getting courted by
Larry Coker
by
when he
Lubbock.
did that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, but Tiger, I mean, I would imagine, He gets on, he gets in the morning how you get in your car and you drive to the store. He can get on his plane and fly anywhere and
Sure.
do anything.
Right.
The fact that he went to Augusta, and I'm sure Tiger was hoping to do it incognito, right?
Yeah, well, that's impossible. So if he was even thinking that,
Look,
that's impossible.
if it wasn't for a flight tracking number, we wouldn't know he was there.
Sure we would. Of course we would. It's Tiger Woods, for goodness sake. Now, Tiger's going to be there anyway because he would always, all the former champions are going to be there Wednesday night of next week. It's
Yeah.
a champions dinner.
Yeah.
So most all of them go there, the former champions. They have the big dinner there. So he was going to be there anyway next week. But the fact that he's there this week, here's the problem with Tiger. And just from what we know about Tiger and how competitive he is, I don't know what he shot yesterday. But if Tiger went out and shot 85 yesterday, that's not going to fly for Tiger Woods in competitive golf. He doesn't want to go out and miss the cut shooting 85, 86. I mean, that's just not Tiger. And that his ego is such, and rightly so, because he is one of the greatest golfers of all time. Guys don't want to go out like that. You don't want to go out having, playing your worst and having that be the last thing that people remember about you. And I think that's going to determine a lot of what goes into Tiger's decision to play or not play. Look, Tiger, man, I mean, you talk about big goals, coming back and playing at the Masters. I mean, why not come back and play Pebble Beach or Austin somewhere or some tournament that's not as big and kind of work your way back? But the fact that he wants to play in the Masters first thing out of the gate, that's tough.
I mean, ego.
It's huge. There's no question.
He also dominates that golf course. I mean, that's a golf course that is built to his strengths. Minus the climbing, minus the hills. I mean, on two good legs, that's a golf course for Tiger.
Under normal circumstances. But the fact that you almost lost a leg,
the comfort level,
and
is
you're
there.
coming back. And look, I don't care how good Tiger is. I mean,
is there more titanium in his legs or in his bag?
That's a good question. That's a good question. And even it's not just his legs. I mean, he's had trouble with his back as well. One of the greatest golfers of all time. But the fact that you want to go on and take on a monster like Augusta National, first time out of the chute, Tiger doesn't want to go out there and miss the cut and shoot in the 80s every day. So a lot's going to depend on what he shot yesterday, how he feels like he can play that golf course. Look, it's the most difficult challenge for those guys, certainly, of the year. And even guys that are playing their best golf in the best shape in the prime of their life can have difficulty with that golf course. Not much less a guy that's coming back from a severe injury like that just a little over a year ago.
It's incredible that we're having this conversation. But now, the disappointment if he doesn't play, right? And that's where I think Tiger knows he's going to play, wants to get in some rounds. And look, if he doesn't play, I mean, yeah, okay, we might be disappointed. The tease is there. Are you going to get Tiger? Is Tiger going to play? If he doesn't, it's still the Masters, right? But at the same time, having followed Tiger's whole career, I don't want to say knowing Tiger the way we do, but knowing Tiger the way we do, I don't think he lets it get to this point if he wasn't ready to go.
Maybe so. I don't want to see a train wreck. I don't want to see that from a Tiger Woods. So, if he goes out and he shoots mid-70s and he's competitive and he can do some things and not be a train wreck. I don't want to see Tiger Woods shoot in the 80s. I don't want to see that. Because that's not the Tiger I remember. The Tiger I remember watching is this dominant player who every time he stepped on the golf course, you figured he was going to win the golf tournament. I don't want to see him go out there and be a train wreck. I would rather him wait. Now, again, he knows his body and how he's playing better than anybody else. So we'll see what happens. But I don't want to see a train wreck.
Going to be interesting to see because train wrecks are always...
Well, everybody watches that.
Yes, absolutely. And when you're expecting a train wreck and you don't get it,
yeah,
or I just at this point I'd be surprised if he were like, nah, man, I'm not ready.
I don't know what to expect, but the fact that it could be either or concerns me, and I don't want the or. You know what I mean? I don't want the or. I want to see Tiger as Tiger, and I don't want to see Tiger as this guy who can't play anymore or is still struggling.
I don't know that we'll ever see that Tiger again. And so if this is what the new Tiger is, he's still such a draw. And I don't believe that Tiger would be out there if he didn't think he could be competitive. I don't know that Tiger just wants to show up and play just to play. I mean,
I don't think so either.
I mean, look at all these, big bands that were, say big bands in the 80s or 90s or early 2000s that were selling out 20,000 seat arenas. And now you can see them at a 3,000 person venue, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that Tiger's just going to be on tour to just continue to be on tour. I don't know that Tiger has that in his DNA. If he's showing up, it's because he thinks he's got a chance to win.
Well, let's hope so. I don't know. I don't know how yesterday went. And that probably determines a lot. And we'll see how he's feeling today. And I'm sure somebody will ask him or we'll get reports of it. But, Tiger certainly doesn't need the money. He's going to be okay. The light bill's fine.
All these rich guys always need money. I saw on, I don't know, some website the other day, he's added a second level driving range on his house so he can hit from his balcony onto his 4-hole golf course. And the photos of this house, you've got you got water on both sides, so they set off his back porch, but it looked like his front. There's ocean on both sides down there in Florida. Yeah, the guy doesn't need money, but he always needs money. Everybody always needs
I
more.
think at this point in time, it's an ego thing. It's a competitive thing.
Yeah.
You want, how athletes are. It's hard to walk away from that competitive drive.
Ask Tom
look
Brady.
at Tom Brady. Yeah, same thing. And I worry about that for Tom Brady too. What year is the year that he shouldn't have come back? And I'm hoping it's not this year.
There are so many athletes that stay a year too long.
Yeah.
I give, Tom Brady, if he were to have stayed retired, and quite frankly, he's shown no signs of dropping off. But you look at some players and go, Emmitt Smith with that year in Arizona, dude, you didn't really need that. You know, that when you're not the same guy.
Brett Favre's another guy, I think, that stayed too long.
I mean, sure. I mean, he was just bouncing around at the end. I think Tim Duncan walked away at the right time for Tim Duncan. He wasn't the same player, but he wasn't done. But there are some guys that just are done.
Yeah.
And the game tells you got to leave.
You got to go.
It's one of those things.
Well, we'll see what happens. But you're right. The fact that we're talking about it is exciting, and it makes that week a little more exciting. But we got a lot of golf between that.
I know. This weekend at the Valero Texas Open. Well, before 5 o'clock, we'll give away a pair of tickets to Sunday's final round of the Valero Texas Open. You talk about decisions that have to be made and guys' careers. And, Roger Goodell has finally spoken about Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
Roger Goodell, in a very thought out political non-answer.
That's what he does.
That's what he did. But he has finally addressed Deshaun Watson, who is now with the Cleveland Browns, on what discipline may look like. Now, he's not given any decisions on what punishment will be, whether it is suspension, fine, a little bit of both, but something is coming for Deshaun Watson.
We've been very clear with every club that whether the criminal matter, it gets resolved or not, the personal conduct policy is something that's very important to us. And so the personal conduct policy does not need a criminal violation to be a violation of the personal conduct policy. So they recognize that that's something that we're going to pursue. We're going to make sure that we get to the bottom of the facts and make sure that how it applies to the personal conduct policy. That's where we are at this point. And when we get to that, a decision will be made on whether there should be any discipline. And if so, what is it?
And that's the question. Is there, and what is it? You know, the guy missed every game last year, but he was paid.
Mm-hmm.
I said a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't be surprised if he got like a $500,000 fine and games served for a suspension. But then I hear that answer from Roger Goodell today, Joe. And when he further talks about it's not just Roger Goodell making a decision. It's not like the paperwork shows up on his desk, which is kind of how I thought it was.
Yeah, me too.
I forgot there was
a
change in how they discipline
Mhm.
things, but apparently it's by a group.
Our people are working on it. Obviously, these are serious charges, so we're looking at this seriously.
It's not good.
We now have obviously at least resolution from the criminal side of it. Obviously, there's still civil charges that are going on. So our investigators hopefully will have access to more information. And that will be helpful, obviously, in getting to the conclusion of what are the facts and was there a violation of the personal conduct policy. But that determination will be made by a joint a disciplinary officer that was established by the NFLPA and the NFL. And so she will make that decision when the facts are all in. And we'll see. There's no time frame on that.
She will make that decision.
That was interesting.
Does that make it tougher now on Deshaun Watson?
I don't know. And I say that because I think she, whoever she is, will look at the facts and make a conclusion based on that. But here's the deal, Jason. Hasn't it violated the conduct policy? I mean, honestly, no matter how it turns out, you've embarrassed the league.
You have.
You have. Zeke Elliott. You embarrassed the league. You had 6 games. He's going to be suspended. The question is, and Mike Florio brought this up, that you look at this thing, it could be anywhere from 6 games to the entire season, depending on how long these civil cases go.
Now that he has a new job, a new team, and a new contract, if I'm the Cleveland Browns, I encourage him just to settle. And let's get this over with. I know Deshaun has, since day one, said, I'm going to defend myself. At his press conference last week, his intent is to see all these through to the bitter end and not settle. He wants to fight for his name and his reputation, which has already been soiled.
Sure.
Whether he's found completely innocent or in this, whatever the legal term is in a civil course, not liable or, not whatever the legal term is, that, whether they, you know what, you didn't do anything. You don't owe these ladies a dime. You win all 22 of them. The reputation is still damaged. He can't do anything about that.
The court of public opinion has already made their verdict. Well, I say maybe not the entire court, but it's I don't know. Informal poll, 50-50, perhaps, when it comes to Deshaun Watson.
But when you think about how loose the conduct policy is in the NFL, and I say that in terms of you don't have to be charged, you don't have to be arrested.
No.
There is a complaint. You're in the news. You embarrass the league. The investigators can come in and talk to you. And you look at Zeke's situation. And granted, I think Zeke was an overreaction and an over punishment because the Ray Rice under punishment. So the timing of Zeke's couldn't have been worse for Zeke when Ray Rice got 2 games. Then the video came out. Then, and again, and then so you had Zeke at the parade pulling down that girl's shirt, and then the girlfriend accusing him of doing stuff and had marks on her, even though there was no criminal aspect in Ohio. The NFL investigator determined that there was enough there that he violated the personal conduct policy. Based on what we know through those court filings, there's enough there that the NFL could level a decision today on personal conduct policy and discipline Deshaun Watson.
I think they could too, and I think he's waiting. Goodell and their group and whoever she is waiting to see how these civil cases come out and what happens. And maybe they're waiting to see, and maybe they hope that it plays out so they actually get to hear Watson talk about it. Because on the civil cases, he's going to actually testify.
Well, and the other side of it, some of the information wasn't available to the NFL investigators while it was going through the criminal process.
Right.
I believe now they should have access to all of that information, and they probably have access to interview 22 or 5 or 8 or however many they need to of the accusers, one of which who is calling the Cleveland Browns evil for giving him that contract. And again, it's not over, although the finish line is sort of in sight, but Deshaun Watson could determine when that finish line is, because I got a feeling if we get to the start of the season and he's still going through the civil lawsuits, Roger Goodell could just put him on the commissioner's list.
He could.
And no discipline yet. You're just out until this is over.
That's
why
happen.
I say, if I'm the Browns, dude, you've got to go settle this. I know that's not what you want to do, but we need, for our guaranteed contract of $230 some odd million, we need some clarity of our future now.
Well, and Goodell said yesterday that he wasn't going to put him on the exempt list just yet. He did say that.
Yes.
So, so that's not happening right now. But you're right. I think the longer this goes, the worse it is for both the Browns and Deshaun Watson. Now, the thing is, though, Jason, I mean, the women have to cooperate as well. So, I mean, if they decide on a figure and they go and say, here, ladies, here is X number of dollars for all of you, go on and have a nice life. Well, I mean, some of those ladies may say, no.
Well, it depends on what they're suing him for.
Could be.
Right. And so if he comes up with the money that they're asking for, then
it depends.
That's where it is. It's going to be interesting to see.
It could get sticky is what I'm saying. I mean, the stickiness.
Pun intended?
No pun intended.
Okay.
The stickiness of all of this, though, is not over.
It's not.
No.
It's not. And, of course, Deshaun does have a new contract with the Cleveland Browns, a fully guaranteed deal. Not everybody is happy with that, including Baltimore Ravens owner Steve Biscotti, who's got to now deal with the contract for his quarterback.
It's like, damn, I wish they hadn't guaranteed the whole contract. I don't know that he should have been the first guy to get a fully guaranteed contract. To me, that's something that is groundbreaking, and it'll make negotiations harder with others.
Yeah. He's like, crap, are you kidding?
That was every GM in the
you
league.
Guaranteed that guy every nickel, and my guy who doesn't even have an agent. I'm dealing with Lamar and Lamar's mother, and he's going into his 5th year. We didn't pick up the option. He's got a number. We're not ready to pay him that number, and they can franchise tag him 3 times. He's not going anywhere, but at some point, if Lamar plays his cards right, or the way it looks like he's playing his cards, like I'll go the Kirk Cousins route, it's going to be a $60 million a year quarterback if he gets to that 3rd tag.
Yeah, that tag is not that bad when it comes to quarterbacks. I know they want long-term, but here's my question. And Lamar, by the way, is fighting off rumors that says he's unhappy in Baltimore and wants to get out. He says that's not absolutely not true. So there's that. Lamar Jackson, and I'm just throwing this out there. Is he worth $230 million? I'm saying no.
Well,
I mean, he's a very talented guy, but I'm not ready to pay this guy that kind of money. I mean, what has he done?
It's market rate. He's won MVP. He's taken them for some deep playoff runs. He's changed the way the game is played. My fear, and it sounds like the Ravens' fear, is the way he plays. An injury, he's a different dude. That's what happened to RG3. Tore up that knee, not the same guy. Deshaun is more of a passer than a runner. He's a threat to run. But make no mistake, Lamar can throw the football.
No question.
And he is a great passer. But the way he plays, it'd be hard to give that guy 5 years of guaranteed money.
I just look at Lamar Jackson and what has been going on in Baltimore, and I can say the same thing about Kyler Murray. And maybe I'm a traditionalist when it comes to that. And Deshaun Watson is more of a traditional quarterback. But I just don't I don't look at Lamar Jackson and say, that guy should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Did you look at Tyreek Hill and say he should be the highest paid wide receiver?
I could make that argument more so for Tyreek Hill, yes, than I could for Lamar Jackson. In my mind, yes.
Not that Lamar needs representation because he's doing it on his own, but not only are you getting a quarterback, but you're getting your best running back all in one guy.
I guess so.
You're getting a 2-for-1.
But again, you're just from what you said,
that would be my fear.
He puts his life on the line, so to speak, every play, the way he plays football. And eventually that's going to catch up to him. Not saying that's why you shouldn't pay him. I'm just saying when I look at Lamar Jackson, as exciting of a player as he is, I'm not looking at him as that's the top quarterback in the NFL. For me, he's just not. Now, the jury could still be out on Watson as well.
Well, and you look at the Ravens have given him a number, whatever that number is, and they think it's worthy.
It's not guaranteed fully, I'll promise you that.
But Scotty said he doesn't foresee Jackson signing an extension before the start of the 2022 season, quote, unless he has a change of heart. He described Jackson's decision to wait as unique as hell. We'll pay him when he's ready. But when he's ready and what the number is, you don't know. And unique as hell is. But Scotty just apparently can't believe we've offered him a truckload of money, and he has said no because he thinks he is worth more or wants more of it guaranteed. And if I'm Lamar, knowing how I risk myself on every play, I want more guarantee money too.
Well, okay. And we obviously don't know what that figure is, but that's the detriment of not having an agent, because I guarantee an agent right now is saying, hey, Lamar, sign this thing, or let's work on this and get it done, because, and when it's just Lamar and mom, that might not be in there. I don't know.
He's got an idea. He's willing to risk it. Go for it. To me, it's like you got your Ferrari with only liability coverage. Dude, what is wrong with you, man? They're offering you that kind of money. Take it.
Take it.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can even start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option is AA Best Bail Bonds for stress-free bail bonds, because nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available, offer a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. Whether you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, in the Valley, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or online at mybestbailbonds.com.
What's up with this Eric Church guy? Well, maybe Maddy Skye knows. We'll ask her right after this Sports Center update. San Antonio Spurs, how about them? They didn't play last night, but they won. In fact, the fact that the Lakers lost to the Dallas Mavericks last night, San Antonio has moved into the 10th spot, and as of now, they are in the play-in tournament. Spurs return to action tonight. They're going for win number 5 in a row. They'll take on the Memphis Grizzlies inside the AT&T Center. Grizzlies are 18-2 on the season without Ja Morant. They won't have him tonight, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is questionable for tonight's ballgame. Tip-off at the AT&T Center set for 7:30. Now, the Spurs could have Lonnie Walker back from his 4-game absence. He's been out because of back spasms, but he is listed as probable for tonight's ballgame. And the Aggies headed to the NIT Championship game. I'm Joe Reinagel for San Antonio Sports Star.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Howdy, San Antonio. Chip Ingram from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, inviting you to come out and enjoy patio season. We have newly remodeled patios, garage doors, and everything else you need to enjoy this great South Texas weather. As always, ice-cold beer and specialty drinks. Happy hours daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and our kitchen is open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. See you soon at the Root Pub and the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road.
Hello, Connecticut. May I help you?
This is Bill Tyson. Is this my Connecticut Pro?
Yes, Mr. Tyson. What can I do for you?
Calling from Yellowstone National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Old Faithful just erupted and reminded me I didn't set the vacation bypass in my Connecticut water conditioner. Would you run over to my house and set it? I've hidden the key under my doormat.
Well,
I forgot to set the bypass last year. I had that other brand, and the software used up 4,000 pounds of salt in a week.
Mr. Tyson, relax. With your new Connecticut, there is no vacation cycle or any worries about salt.
Oh.
If you don't use any water, your Connecticut won't either. We not only believe in saving salt, but also in saving water.
Would you go over and unplug it then? I'm trying to conserve electricity.
You forget that your Connecticut doesn't use electricity either. There's nothing to plug in. And don't forget that your Connecticut is also completely automatic.
I mean, I can relax and enjoy my whole vacation?
That's right.
This is great. I've got Old Faithful here at Yellowstone and an Old Faithful in my Connecticut water conditioner at home.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
Hello, this is Discover, and we take customer service very seriously. We know that if you have a question or concern about your credit card, that's a serious matter, and you need to talk to a real person about it. So we offer around-the-clock access to seriously talented representatives in the USA. Again, it's a serious endeavor. The only funny thing about it is Bob. If you call us and Bob answers, you're in for a treat. Get 100% US-based customer service. Exceptionally common sense.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
This is The Blitz with Joe Reinagle and Jason Minix. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
You know it's hard to see all of what goes on in the city. That's why we got Maddy Skyeline. It's time for Maddy Skyeline.
It is time for Maddy Skyeline. Maddy Skye from the San Antonio Express News, the food and culture editor of the San Antonio Express News, joins us here on the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Maddy, I'm a little disappointed that you were going to make an appearance today wearing some sort of highly crafted flower hat.
It's funny that you mentioned that because the reason why I'm not wearing mine is because I'm making it and I'm not done with it. So,
well, you're running out of time.
For a week.
You've
been working on it for a week.
I know it's you'll see. It involves a lot of different moving pieces. So
when is the official beginning of Fiesta?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Late for the beginning. I have a flower crown already that I bought years past because every good Fiesta goer has a wardrobe ready, right? But I'm my one that I'm making, I'll just wear it at the same time. There's tons of events I can wear it to.
But it will be ready for this Fiesta, not next year.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Are your hands, your fingers doing okay? Any injuries yet?
I've been burning them a lot.
I can't wait to see this hat.
It's going to be incredible.
I think I'm hyping it up a lot. It's not as crazy as it sounds. I'm just really bad at crafts and patience. So I touch.
So Reinagle, what you need to learn about Maddy is she overhypes early.
Yeah.
And then she tries to relax the expectations. And then she shows up with a grand slam. between flower crowns for a fiesta or Halloween costumes.
Okay.
It is, oh, it's going to be big. It might not work. And then boom.
Boom, she's a coyote.
She's a coyote.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was my favorite costume. But yeah, so Fiesta starts tomorrow. I've been doing a series of Fiesta stories. And the purpose of it is to kind of give some shine to Fiesta people who aren't, the dignitaries, aren't Rafael, aren't Miss Fiesta, which we love those people, but to give some shine to the people behind the scenes. Or some just some like names that you see and it's called Faces of Fiesta. So I've done 3 so far. The next one's coming out tomorrow. But I've been asking them all these fun Q&A questions, and I feel like I want to ask you all some of them.
Uh-oh.
Like
all right.
fire.
Are you quoting us on this?
Rapid fire.
Is this for your article?
It's all recorded. Y'all aren't Fiesta like Jason, so not.
Dude, I am a former Fiesta king.
You are?
Are you really? Are you?
Yeah, I was the chips and salsa king back in the day. Cassandra Lazenby was the salsa queen and the chips king, and so yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I get that little card that as previous kings, you go to all the parties. I wish that were true.
Okay, so first one, what's your can't miss Fiesta event? It has to be like
Taste of the North Side.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, Taste of the North Side.
Oh, you Northsiders. All right. What's your favorite food? Like something that you'll spend all your Fiesta money on?
Beer. Dude,
she said food.
At Nyosa, I am going down and getting my chicken on a stick.
Now that's always good. Wow. I'm going to preface this by saying typically with what I used to do, I never went to Fiesta because the Spurs were always in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I couldn't really go to Fiesta. So I'm nachos.
Oh, shut up. Beer.
All right. What's your biggest piece of advice for somebody who's completely new to San Antonio? Because we've gained a lot of new residents over the past 2 years in the pandemic. What's your biggest piece of advice for them for their very first Fiesta?
Don't wear a nice shirt. Don't wear a nice expensive shirt, because one of the things that what's the right word? I don't want to sound like, but you're at Fiesta. People give you the medals, you pin them onto your shirt, they're all over. Then you've got the holes from all the different medals, and you can ruin a really good shirt.
You've got beer spilled all over you.
Yeah, but that can wash out. But those holes are forever there, right?
That's why you wear a sash, Jason. You invest in a stash for like $5.
Yeah, Jason.
Well,
chips and salsa
I've
king.
got my old king sash that every now and then I bust out, but the damn thing gets hot, and then of course it says king, and then people want your medal, and you don't have one. So it's but yeah, don't wear.
You're a fraud.
Don't wear and show me your medal this year, Maddy. Fraud. But you look at,
hey, take it easy.
Yeah, but you look at it, that would be the one you're going to ruin a lot of good shirts. Like, that shirt you're wearing, Joe, I wouldn't wear that at Fiesta because you're going to pin medals on it.
Well, since I paid about $5 bazillion for it at the Super Bowl, I won't.
Exactly. That's kind of it. So don't wear the nicest of shirts.
What's your favorite Fiesta memory? I guess, Joe, you're out of this one because you don't go to Fiesta. So
well, yeah, I still have a memory. I mean, Oyster Bake is probably my most favorite memory, because when I first got to San Antonio many moons ago, that was the first Fiesta event I went to. So Oyster Bake, I would have to say that will always be special.
Oyster Bake, a lot of memories there. Being in the parades are always a lot of fun, especially the night parade.
Being in the parade
as royalty, that was pretty awesome.
I mean, I love the Battle of Flowers parade, but it's always hot as hell.
Yeah. Well, we're actually supposed to have really good. We have really good weather this upcoming weekend. Hopefully that'll continue for next weekend too, because I can't do hot parades. We're supposed to have highs in the mid to high 80s.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's perfect for San Antonio. So thanks for playing along, guys.
All right.
Well, I'm looking forward to Fiesta because I'll get to kind of participate a little bit this year.
But, Maddy, what's your piece of advice?
My piece of advice. Come with a good attitude. Nobody wants somebody who is being a grouch during Fiesta or
I agree with that.
during Fiesta.
Pack your patience. Walk with your hands up high with your beers because people will bump into you from behind.
Yeah, just be ready to have a good time. Like, if you're completely new to Fiesta and you've moved here from God knows where, this is how you'll see true San Antonio. People are going to want to throw confetti on you. They're going to want to crack a gasket. They're going to want to give you beer tickets. Just be a good sport. Like, this is who we are. Don't try changing us. This is what we do.
So are you in the Nyosa or is it Neosa? How do you say it?
Nyosa.
I know it's Nyosa. I'm asking her.
Oh.
I say Nyosa.
Thank you, Maddy. Thank you, Jason.
It's not even a question, Joe.
Well, I still hear it both ways, though.
Well, the people that say it the other way are wrong.
They're wrong. It is Nyosa.
They're wrong and probably from Ohio. I mean, that's
definitely.
That's what it boils down to. From a female perspective, obviously pack your patience. For you, would it be wear comfortable shoes?
Wear comfortable shoes and wear something, how do I put this nicely? Wear something that isn't going to give you too much trouble in a porta potty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, as much as I have tried not to use a porta potty, at some point, especially at the longer events like Oyster Bake, it's going to come down to you having to use a porta potty. And the last thing you want is to be in a porta potty at 8 p.m. close to the end and it's dark and you can't see what you're doing and it's full and you're having to struggle with whatever outfit you have on. So don't wear anything too intricate. Save the more intricate stuff for the parties that you might get invited to, like to have a indoor restroom. Because there are a lot of side parties that are ticketed and fun, and wear those nice dresses for that. Wear like some shorts and some chanclas.
Yeah, those one-piece romper things.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I've never understood.
Rompers aren't going to work for Oyster Bake.
Never understood.
But everybody wants to look good, though, right? I mean, still, everybody wants to look good, so that's why they do that, and then they regret it when they get in that porta potty.
Heels. Don't wear heels either. That like Oyster Bake especially is so hilly because it's on St. Mary's campus like that. You're just waiting for an accident to happen.
Well, that's why I say wear comfortable shoes. It's one of the joys of Fiesta events is as a dude watching all these ladies carrying their shoes by the end of the night.
Yeah, chanclas are good. I think that's probably the best thing. Now, Maddy, will you go to how many events do you go to over the course of a Fiesta?
On average, probably about 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
Much like one a day. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
Maybe 2 a day. Oof, that's hard. Oyster Bake's always a favorite. Nyosa's a favorite. They're all favorites for different reasons. Like King William, my family and I used to go to that, so I like that one a lot. And then Alamo High School is fun for me too because I went to UIW, so it's like a college reunion most times. I'm new to Taste of the North Side. I went once and I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And Taste of the North Side at a new location this year. It's at the Dominion. And about 5:30, we're going to give away tickets to Taste of the North Side. Maddy Skye joining us here as she does every Wednesday on the Blitz. Maddy, Eric Church cancels a concert, a sold-out concert at the AT&T Center so he can go to a basketball game in New Orleans.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's kind of crazy. I would be livid if I was a fan with tickets.
Yeah.
That's your job. I know we call in time to time, but that's a lot of people wanting to see you. Like, what, 18,000 people?
18,000, a show that's been on the books for a year. People have been waiting, making plans, and you cancel to go to a basketball game.
There's so many other people involved, too. I mean, the people that, sell concessions and ticket takers and all kinds of people. It's really just a bad look for that guy. And I saw on social media that there's a lot of fans that are ripping him up for this.
Yeah, I mean, what's his connection to the school? Did he go there?
No,
he's a fan. He's a big North. And look, it's a once in a lifetime sporting event. It could be Coach K's last game. It's North. I get it. It's a big game.
Sure.
Your job is to go perform for people that bought tickets a long time ago to go watch you play. You don't just cancel. But I give him credit for saying this is the most selfish thing I've ever done.
Well, it might cost him though, for a while anyway.
Yeah, because like, imagine, people on top of that have been waiting to see live music for so long after the pandemic, or with all the pandemic stuff happening, and then to have all this situated, and then he just canceled
I
for a basketball game.
Don't know if the AT&T Center has any legal repercussions. Maybe they send him the bill for the night anyway. And if he just pays it, all right, no big deal. Because for the AT&T Center, that's a night that they could have booked somebody else.
That's right.
So they're losing out. But I imagine at least the building itself is going to get paid. You know, that non-refundable deposit or however that works. But I don't know if there's any legal ramifications because this isn't an illness. Not a death.
No.
You could call act of God since nobody expected North Carolina to play Duke in the tournament, but I don't know if that would go over well in the court of law. But it's just BS. You can't do that if you're a musician.
And he must have felt confident enough that he wouldn't get those repercussions to make that decision. You know, maybe there's something in the contract he found. I don't know. But
no, I think when you're a star and you get to a certain level, you feel like, yeah, screw it. I can miss a show.
I can do what I want.
That's where he's at. Can't do it.
Lucky for those people.
All right. Well,
can't do it.
I'm bitter about it.
Yeah, yes. All right. So when are you going to debut your flower crown on social media? Since it's not going to be here on our show, I thought we were going to get some breaking news exclusive. Yeah, is it within reach? Can you give us a little hint of what it looks like?
No, it's not assembled yet.
It's not assembled
yet. Imagine plastic bottles turned into flowers and then spray painted. And
wow.
My imagination's not that good.
Well, that's good. Throw you off.
All right.
Is there like a goal date for the debut of this?
Maybe by next Wednesday. I ordered something off Amazon that I really need, so hopefully by next Wednesday.
So can we book that? We'll start teasing it today.
Yeah. Well, now I have pressure, so now I have to do it this weekend.
Yes.
By tomorrow, I'll have all the supplies that I need, and I just have to put it together.
Okay.
Right. So you don't have all the supplies you need. You've been working on this for months, and you don't have all the supplies you need. I mean, it's not like you didn't. It's not like you didn't know Fiesta was coming.
Months.
Yeah. All right.
You know what? I'm very busy. I'm sorry.
That she is. Maddy Skye, the food and culture editor of the San Antonio Express News, every Wednesday here on the Blitz. Next Wednesday, the debut of the flower crown. You just can't show it to anybody or post about it until you're on this show, okay?
We need the exclusive, Maddy.
All right. That works.
All right. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Maddy Skye from the San Antonio Express News, putting her on the spot there with her flower crown. Can't believe it's not quite ready yet.
Well, it's going to be beautiful. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful tomorrow out at the Valero Texas Open. Coming up, we'll give away a pair of tickets to Sunday's final round.
Absolutely. That'll be good. But first, I want to tell you about my good friends out at Stevens Roofing, because if you need a roof, whether it's a full job or you need a roof repair or you just want to get it examined before some of this spring weather comes in, give Stevens Roofing a call, because they serve all the great people of South Texas. And what I love about this company is they're a family-owned company. They're a local company. They've been in San Antonio for a long time. They're going to be here for a long time. They're not one of those fly-by-night companies that you see roll into town after a storm, and they're just trying to take your money and do a horrible job and leave town. No, that's not Stevens Roofing. They're not going anywhere. In fact, they're licensed by the city of San Antonio, and they can do any job you want. Commercial, residential, doesn't make any difference. Metal, composition, they can do it all. They'll give you a free estimate. Financing is available if you need that. And if you've got an insurance claim, here's the best part as far as I'm concerned. They're going to work with your insurance company. You don't have to mess with that. Let Stevens Roofing take care of it for you. Once they do the work, they're going to guarantee their work in writing, and then they're going to stand behind their work. They're going to make sure that you're happy. So here's the number you need to remember: 210-785-0994. Or you can get a hold of them at stevensroofing.net. But just don't forget that Stevens Roofing is your local roofer.
The NCAA tournament started with 68 teams.
You can feel the madness!
After a handful of upsets and some buzzer beaters, we've landed here. The Final Four in the Big Easy and a national championship game happens here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
I got to like the sound of that. The Final Four coming up this weekend, and oh my goodness, it's exciting. But you know what would make it that much more exciting? You got a little something on it. And I got just a place for you, BUSR.com, because they have got everything there. Certainly a sports book. Any kind of sports betting you want, they've got it. But they've also got a casino there where you can play real blackjack, real roulette, and over 200 casino games. You like the ponies? You can bet on those there as well. And here's what's more. You get a 100% deposit bonus. That is exclusive for Sports Star listeners. You set up your account, $50, they're going to match that $50 for you. And it's real easy to set up an account. It takes about 5 minutes to get it done. So all you do is go to BUSR.com/SportsStar. Again, that's BUSR.com/SportsStar. You want to get in the game? You need BUSR.com.
You can talk low carb all you want, but if you don't have a lineup of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the keto game. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are high protein and low carb. Plus, they're low sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen. So it is a no-brainer. Get the bold flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Golfers, swing into Edwin Watts Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from Cobra, featuring the new LTDX drivers, engineered for the longest total distance with extreme forgiveness. Internal weights create the power core, and hot face technology delivers faster ball speed at every contact point. 4 drivers to fit every golfer's needs. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with firing up that grill and making spring sizzle. Get those gatherings started with Pit Boss Pro Series pellet grills starting at $4.99 exclusively at Lowe's. And keep your guests comfy with our conversation sets at our everyday low price starting at $3.58. Create a season full of togetherness and lots of delicious barbecue. At Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, valid 3/24 through 3/30, U.S. only.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver packages fast and affordably, so you can give your customers what they want when they need it. We're delivering for one-stop shops, mom and pops, pop-ups, startups, retail, wholesale, large scale, small biz, big box, customers, customizers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
After months of playing, college basketball has determined the top 4 teams, and the final 2 rounds will crown this year's champion. BetOnline.net is your #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. From all the latest odds, contests, and player props, you name it. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline.net is your continued source for all your sporting wagering information, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline.net's where the game starts.
I smell a tournament. The madness of March has begun. You made your picks, and now it's time for some serious college hoops. We've got you covered. Listen for the latest tournament scores and news. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey, this is Michael Jimenez. Have lunch with me on Halftime tomorrow at noon. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. If you've been doing some grilling, make sure and take a photo of that meat on your grill, upload it at sasportstar.com. Could win yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
That goes a long way at Tri-County Meat Market, I'll tell you what.
And I'll tell you what, this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, they're celebrating 10 years. Both locations, 20% off your entire order. Everything you buy there, 20% off your entire purchase. But Saturday, the Fair Oaks location, the one turning 10, they're going to have big cooking demonstrations in the parking lot, free samples. Nice. It's going to be a fun party as they celebrate 10 years.
Free samples, that's worth the trip. I promise you,
Mm-hmm.
because they're going to be delicious.
Oh, my boy Alonzo from Gulf Coast Smoke's going to be up there grilling in the parking lot.
Wow.
Absolutely. It's going to be good stuff.
That's going to be fun.
Fun stuff for sure. So make sure you upload those photos and go. Tomorrow we're going to be live out at the Valero Texas Open.
Can't wait for that. That's going to be fun too.
You know, all your years of television, you go out there and you do live shots close to, but how much do you get to really enjoy the tournament?
You don't necessarily.
Exactly.
You go out there and typically we would stand somewhere near the 18th green. There's a little area there that you can kind of carve out to do your live shot with a green in the background. So while you're standing there waiting, you'd see guys coming up 18, and that's always kind of cool. But no, it's going to be fun to just go out there and be able to talk to folks and look around and enjoy the tournament. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I know our show's 4 to 7. We got to start prepping. I don't know, about 11:30. I mean, we'll be out there all day.
We will.
And unlike, I don't know exactly where we're going to be. Greg Shelton was trying to tell us, but I think it's over by the driving range. Normally we're in the media center on the back porch.
Yeah.
Apparently we're in a very public access spot.
Nice. I like that.
Well, it depends. Last time they put us out near a hole, we were near a green. Some dude was trying to putt, and I wish I could remember the golfer because it would be a far better story. But Rob's kind of loud.
Yeah, he is.
The golfer was not happy with Rob Thompson because, well, we're doing a talk show. I can't stop talking while you putt, dude.
Well, I can hear Thompson now. It's the Blitz, and we're live out at the Valero Texas Open.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're going to be out there tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow. Bright and early.
7 o'clock.
It's still dark at 7 o'clock.
I can imagine Rob Thompson at 7 a.m. You remember, I know you weren't working with us at the time, but you were in Oxnard, and they were waking up everybody at the complex in Oxnard.
Yeah.
Because they were starting at 5 a.m.
Yes.
for R&R in the morning. I imagine there's going to be some people that are staying at TPC San Antonio not happy with Rob tomorrow.
And I'm sure they're not, because he'll wake up everything. You'll hear the birds going.
Bring your golf voice, Rob.
The animals going into the water. He'll wake them all up.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We've got a pair of tickets that we're giving away right now. We've got tickets to, let's see, Sunday's final round.
That's awesome.
You want to go to the Texas Open, the Valero Texas Open on Sunday? How do you want to give these away?
Well, we're going to do something special for after a while, right?
For what?
I'm just thinking, well, never mind.
Where are we going?
I'm thinking out loud here.
Yeah, that's never good.
18 holes.
18 holes.
Final round.
Okay.
Caller 18.
See, Edwin? It was right angle this time.
Sounds good.
Edwin's facial expressions don't change very much.
I love the guy.
Until you go caller 18.
Yeah. I could have gone, let's see, there's 18 holes a day, 4 days.
656 ESPN.
We could have gone 72.
3776. Caller 18. 18, Edwin. 18. Caller 18, those tickets are yours.
We could have quit after the front 9.
Well, they're not Joe Reinagle.
That's true.
Well, your last golf outing, you quit after 2.
After 2, but it was about 30 degrees with a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Well, we'll still have a 20-mile-an-hour wind tomorrow, but it won't be.
It's going to be
none
nice.
degrees, that's for sure. It's going to be spectacular. And if you're heading out to TPC San Antonio, make sure you stop there at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. It's on the way, or maybe after the tournament, go over there and eat, because the food at the Roo Pub is fantastic. About 15 different burgers on the menu, the quesadillas, the chicken sandwich, the pulled pork, their wings, the biggest and the best in town. Great salads, great appetizers, and that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. And, of course, the Roo Pub has all the beers you want, full bar. Game Room has the best darts area in town, indoor cornhole. So you think about heading out to the Valero Texas Open or the tournament this weekend, Duke, North Carolina. Get to the Roo Pub early. Make sure you get yourself a table for that one. The Roo Pub, great for lunch, great for dinner, certainly great for late at night. The best place to watch a game and go hungry. The Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Didn't catch R&R in the morning? Here's what you missed.
You're one of the others.
It's like Android or Apple.
It's
you
true.
picked your team.
You're a green guy.
Who's messing up our group text right now? Pledge.
The producers are green guys.
Because they know that it's better. Apple is skinny jeans. Samsung is boot cut.
That is the best description I've ever heard.
Samsung is dad bod. Then I should have Samsung.
I've got the wrong phone.
I got the wrong phone.
Rob Thompson, Rudy J. Weekday morning 7 to 10 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 5/28. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
Here at Total Wine & More, you'll find what you love and love what you find.
I like this flavored gin, but want something new.
You will love this one.
Wow. You're good.
Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Pickup and delivery available at TotalWine.com. Drink responsibly. B21.
Carrie, can you make sure Ada's cleaned up?
Restaurant Week has Sanjay's tables
Can
jam-packed.
somebody please refill the...
He needs more servers to keep these new customers coming back.
Let's keep these tables turning as fast as possible, okay? Gonna need to hustle.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinagle, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, you can reach me at Jason Minix. You can reach Joe. He's at Joe Reinagle 210. He loves sparring with Spurs Twitter, especially on the weekends.
I do. You know, sometimes people just say things you just can't let go. And Michael Jimenez is one of those guys, but there are others on Spurs Twitter. Although I got to hand it to Jimenez. You know, I mean, although he had no choice, he's come off the whole tank thing. And it has admitted basically he's wrong.
Well, he has no option.
Well, he doesn't.
I mean,
but I take a lot of pride in that, a lot of enjoyment.
I don't think you convinced him to see the right side of this. I just think reality slapped him in the face.
Well, you know, and that's sad because if that's the case, you know, that Will Smith slap in the face, he ought to be embarrassed.
Oh, he's not embarrassed. Well, I mean, because he still would rather be in the lottery. He would still rather pick 3 or 4 or 5, 6 spots higher, regardless of who that player is.
I mean, that could still happen. I mean, the Spurs are right there. They're they're tied with the Lakers with the record, but they've got the tiebreaker.
You know, they do have the tiebreaker. So if you go to ESPN.com and you look at the NBA standings as of right now, as we sit today, and it happened last night, real time, you pull up the standings page and you look, and the line is drawn underneath the San Antonio Spurs, and the Los Angeles Lakers are underneath said line. And not that it brings a tear to your eye when you see that we're if it ended today, we're in the play-in, because the reality is, you know, the end is near and we all know that. But I love seeing this Lakers team below that line,
looking up
at the San Antonio Spurs.
Yes.
It's just another part of the Spurs-Lakers rivalry, whether you're playing for first or you're playing for last. You know, which one are you going to get? And the debates on the shows this morning, whether it was Get Up or First Take without Stephen A. because he's on vacation, the idea of what has happened to this Lakers team that LeBron James built. This
It's old.
Lakers team that LeBron James built, that at the beginning of the year, Vegas said was the best team in the West, according to the odds. How many people lost money by betting on the Lakers last September, October?
Probably quite a few, because if they're and I get caught up in this too sometimes, and I don't know how many of you get caught up in this, but
we all do.
You look at the stars of the past that are on that team, and you think, man, those are
stacked,
those are
loaded
great players,
great for 2012.
And then we do the whole thing, because Father Time is undefeated, and he still is. That Lakers team is old, and a lot of those guys that are playing on that team, you talk about needing to retire. They need to retire and ride off into the sunset.
You look at LeBron's out. Anthony Davis doubtful for Thursday's game against the Jazz. Just with the toughest schedule down the stretch. And with the Spurs, not an easy schedule. Memphis tonight's not going to be easy, even without Morant. And I saw somebody on Twitter earlier, like, the Grizzlies score 118 against the Spurs every time they played them this year.
I think it was Maddy Skye that did that.
The sports reporter, Maddy Skye?
Maddy Skye did that, yes.
Good for Maddy.
Yeah.
The idea that 118, does this Spurs team tonight have the offense to get to 118? Is the goal, can you get to 120 and win this game?
The Spurs can do that. They've got the offense to do that, especially the way they're playing now. But the question should be, do they have the defense to hold them to 118? and that's the question, because, I mean, let's face it, Memphis really has nothing to play for. They're locked into that 2 seed, most likely. Golden State, the way they're playing, they're not going to catch Memphis, and Memphis is not going to catch Phoenix. So the Grizzlies are locked into that 2 seed moving forward. So Ja Morant, you let him heal. Jaren Jackson Jr. is questionable for tonight as well. So two of their biggest stars most likely aren't going to play in this game. They still got some talent, though. But really, they've got nothing to play for other than they're only a game away, or that whole magic number thing is 1 from clinching the 2 seed.
Well, and you look at Memphis, they're going to be the 2 seed.
They're going to be.
They're too far behind Phoenix for the 1, and were they 5 games up on Golden State?
Yeah, Golden State's in a free fall right now. So
yeah, they've lost 3 in a row. Dallas, is at. I just look at it. Memphis is going to be the 2 seed. So if you're Memphis, do you take the night off against San Antonio tonight?
Well, your 2 biggest stars most likely will.
And so because they really don't have anything to play for. And it kind of goes back to, remember the days when the Spurs were good?
Yeah.
And you would get to this point of the season, and, Greg Popovich's famous lines, seeding doesn't matter.
Right.
And there were times where you kind of felt like, man, go for it. Try to, you could get the 1, or you could maybe inch up to the 2, or, wherever they were jockeying at whatever point, the 4 or 5.
Right.
And Pop would always say, seeding doesn't matter. Let's rest guys, get healthy. You don't want to rest them too much to where you lose a little bit of chemistry, but you're not going to overwork guys.
Sure.
Memphis is in that category.
Yep.
That makes tonight's winnable, a winnable game for the San Antonio Spurs, where a couple of weeks ago you looked at that and went loss.
Right.
Right. Before Morant got hurt. But where Memphis is right now, they've got nothing to gain, nothing to lose. You just want to stay healthy. Spurs are a team that they're playing their best basketball of the season.
Yeah.
They've won 4 in a row. I don't care who they beat. They won 4 in a row. They've yet to put together 4 solid quarters. The other night against Houston is a prime example of that.
Young.
But that is why, Michael Jimenez, you don't tank.
No.
Because what this team is doing right now, however this season ends, whether it's the first play-in game or if there's anything more after that, you try to carry and build on that with confidence going in to next year. You go back to the beginning of the year, and while you weren't working here yet, I remember having you on the show talking about what were our goals, what were your goals for this Spurs team, and you and I were in kind of agreement. We know they're not a championship team.
Right.
Probably not a playoff team, but can we see growth from October, November, December to, February, March, April? And are they playing better basketball in April? Are they making the same mistakes they were making in November? That's a problem. And that's where they are right now. You've seen that growth. So you can say this has been a successful year for the Spurs based on their expectations coming in.
And this type of experience that they're getting is valuable. I don't care. I mean, that's why you see college teams want the guy to get there early. If he can graduate in December and get there for spring practice, so be it, because he gets more reps. And for young players, that's exactly what they need. What I want to see, and I want this for Spurs fans, I want to see the Spurs catch the Pelicans and host that play-in game. Give Spurs fans an opportunity, albeit it's not a playoff game, but to have that playoff atmosphere inside the AT&T Center again. Get the magic going again, because that's what it would do, because the Spurs own the tiebreaker over the Pelicans as well. They're only a game behind them. New Orleans is most likely going to win tonight. They take on Portland. But if the Spurs can just keep pace with them, Spurs have back-to-back games with the Trailblazers coming up at the end of the week or this weekend, whatever it is. But it's Friday, right? So the Spurs can do that. They can jump New Orleans, host that play-in game, and give the fans an opportunity to feel that playoff atmosphere again.
Could you imagine? I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
That where this team was even 2 weeks ago to where they could actually host one of those games, and how cool that would be.
That'd be great.
And you talk about the experience. And for the vendors that are losing out on a couple of bucks because Eric Church decided to go to a basketball game down in New Orleans, here's a little bonus that you weren't expecting.
I just became a Duke fan because of that guy. Sorry to run down that rabbit hole.
No, let's go down that rabbit hole.
Okay, let's go.
Where do you guys stand on this? 656 ESPN, 656-3776. I left the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines. Duke, North Carolina. There is an earlier game that nobody is talking about, and I totally get it. This is worthy of being the national championship game, and you kind of wish the brackets would worked out to where it would be Duke, North Carolina for the national title. Then you go and you look at, remember when when the Spurs were good?
Yes, I remember that.
The Western Conference Finals were the de facto NBA Finals.
That's true.
You won the West, you won the title. You just had to get 4 more wins to actually get the trophy. There were times when, I remember when the Cowboys were good. That NFC championship. I don't remember that one. Those NFC championship games against the 49ers, that was the de facto Super Bowl because the winner got to go get a trophy over the Bills. Right. I mean, there were trends there. This game has that kind of feel to me that this should be for the national title. The fact that who's playing in the early game? Oh, Kansas and Villanova.
Yes.
That game's going to be going on, but we're going to get Coach K walking in.
Holding his wife's hand.
We'll see when North Carolina shows up.
Yes.
The amount of celebrities that are in the crowd.
Eric Church.
Is going to top. Well, just think about all the Duke and North Carolina alums.
Oh, sure. Well, and people are going to jump on that bandwagon just to be there. They are.
Dude, I haven't looked yet. So if somebody out there in the research department, that's you. What are tickets going for? I imagine this might be one of the highest dollar secondary market ticket for a Final Four in a Superdome. I mean, imagine how big that arena is.
Yeah.
We know what they were going for the last game at Cameron Indoor, because while this is also for the right to go play for the national championship, this could also be Coach K's last game.
It's not going to be. And I'm going to tell you why. North Carolina beat Duke in that first game.
Mm-hmm.
Big mistake for North Carolina fans. Duke is a 4.5-point favorite is what I'm seeing right now, according to Tipco Sportsbook.
Good.
Okay, so 4.5 points. I'm laying the 4.5. Duke wins that game going away. North Carolina has overachieved all year long.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a bunch of North Carolina fans around here because I heard them earlier on Jimenez's show. And God bless you. And I'm not doing this because of Eric Church, although maybe I am a little. But Duke's going to win this game. They will win this game. North Carolina will not beat Duke again. You heard it here right now, March 30th, 2022, on the Blitz.
I'll remind you that when we re-bracketed, picked North Carolina to win the championship.
Well, that's even more incentive for me to root for Duke.
And I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to stay with my North Carolina pick. But I don't disagree with you. And it's like the basketball gods are going to let Coach K cut down the net on his way into retirement. What do you guys think? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's go to the Kia Bossa Bacon phone lines. Michael, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, Jason. Good to talk to you again. And hello, Joe. How are you?
Good, thanks.
You know what? I know it's tough, but I think Eric Church, he has the opportunity to go see something that could be something that he could have been dreaming about since he was 5 years old. And another good thing about him, too, I mean, he came clean. I mean, he was honest about it. And we always, well, not always, but a lot of times we kill people when they lie. And then the lie even gets worse. So, yeah, thank goodness I'm not a country western fan. I'm a rocker. And, let's give the guy a break, guys. I mean,
no,
he'll come back around. Don't make him mad.
Why?
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Yeah, go Cowboys. I mean, here's the thing, Michael, and I appreciate where you're coming from. And I said yesterday when we saw his announcement that he was canceling the show, I appreciated him being honest. He couldn't lie about it because he's going to be at a public event. He can't go anywhere without being recognized. So he couldn't say, well, somebody in the band got COVID, I'm out.
Yeah.
He couldn't say, I have a sore throat. I can't sing tonight. I apologize. He couldn't say anything, right? So you have to be honest. And I appreciate his honesty, but it's still BS. The career path you have chosen means you will miss a lot of events. That's been on the books for a year. You plan that out. People make plans to go see you. I'm not I mean, shows get canceled. It happens. I've traveled places and, day of a concert, something happens. Most of the time you hear, like I had that happen with Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl's mother was sick and in the hospital and he bolted. I get it. Sucked. I get it. Went all the way to Memphis for dinner.
Sure.
It was a good dinner.
All right. Well, that's always good.
Cooper's Barbecue.
Yes.
But if Grohl would have canceled because he wanted to go to a basketball game, that doesn't fly.
I get the history of this basketball game. I do, and I get the fact that he's a big North Carolina fan. That is fantastic. But, and I know the odds of this happening are astronomical, especially considering that these two teams have never met in the NCAA tournament before. But if you are that big a North Carolina fan, you think they're going to be pretty good this year, you know what the date of the Final Four is. Why do you book a concert on that date? Why not just keep it clear? Keep it clear just for the hell of it. Keep that weekend clear, that Saturday, that Monday, keep it clear. Don't book anything. But the fact that you did, the fact that people bought tickets, which aren't cheap, by the way, and made plans to go to this thing, whether they're living here in San Antonio or traveling in from out of town, either way, doesn't matter. People who have to work at the AT&T Center made plans to work that night and were counting on that money because that's their job, and they were counting on being there and doing their job. Now, if Eric Church is going to come in and say, you know what, all you fine folks who were supposed to work that night, you were going to make X number of dollars. Here, I'm going to pay your salary for that night. Then, okay, man, then I may give him a little bit of a break.
As a concert goer, and I do feel bad for the workers, and that would be a nice gesture to them. But it's not even like there's a rescheduled show.
No.
I look at, You know, a lot of times when there's a show downtown or wherever, yeah, especially a Saturday, you make a date night of it, get a hotel on the Riverwalk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, all that stuff kind of goes into play, and people are going to adjust, and they'll go find something to do on Saturday night. It just, I got to imagine this will be the last time Eric Church cancels for a reason like this. The blowback has made national news.
It has, and he's getting blown up on social media. And I've seen, and I know people have short memories, but I've seen a lot of people. I'll never go to another Eric Church concert again. I'll never spend money to do that. You know, Jason Aldean is in town Saturday night at the Valero Texas Open.
He is.
So
with Darius Rucker.
People could have made a choice to either go to the AT&T Center or maybe buy tickets to go see Jason Aldean and Darius Rucker. And now they're screwed because that concert at the Valero Texas Open is sold out.
Is it? I don't think it is.
Is it not?
It is not. I don't think.
Well, we're going to find that out.
I don't think. I don't think.
It has to be.
I don't literally.
Stephanie, if you're listening, call us.
Let's see. I got an email today at 1:43. 100th anniversary concert presents Jason Aldean and Darius Rucker. Yeah, they're still trying to sell tickets.
Okay, well there you go.
Well, and here's the thing, and you know, and I love the Valero Texas Open, but you can't buy tickets for golf for just Saturday. It's golf and a concert, and they're $150 each.
Okay.
Regular tickets are $50 each. So, you know, they've tacked on $100, which again, to go see Jason Aldean for $100, that's a bargain.
Oh, and Darius Rucker too.
And so, but it's a single thing, right? And I think that might have hurt them when people saw the price of that, because they're thinking, well, I'm not spending $300 to go to an Aldean concert, but I'm not spending $300 to go. But you're getting both. So I think the casual fan probably shied away from it. I don't blame the Texas Open for what they did, because it would have been impossible logistically to try to sell concert only or golf only wristbands. Because when you think about the thousands and thousands of people, you know, you go to the AT&T Center, there's 18,000. It's in a bowl. You can see them all.
Right.
You go out to the Texas Open, there could be 45,000 people, and you don't feel crowded because they're spread out all over a golf course.
Well, here's the other thing, though. There were 18,000 country music fans scheduled to go to the AT&T Center on Saturday night.
Yeah.
That probably said, you know, hey, that I would have done that. $150 for Jason Aldean and Darius Rucker.
Yeah,
but you know what? I've already got tickets to go see Eric Church.
Yeah, well, you just got a refund, so go spend that money with the Valero Texas Open.
Ridiculous.
Go get yourself some concert. And then if there's a room available at TPC.
There's not a room available there. But you've probably still got your room at the Marriott that you rented because of Eric Church.
Uber.
Ridiculous.
It's going to be a fun time.
Look, I understand. As a sports fan, I get it.
You're getting all riled up.
But get off my lawn, baby.
There you go.
I get it, but I mean, come on.
Is there a lawn service out there listening? If you own a good lawn service and you would like to sponsor Joe Reinegel's Get Off My Lawn segment, which has become daily, tweet me and we'll work out the details.
You know, it's irritating.
At Jason Minix.
Because the folks of San Antonio deserve better.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be saying this if the concert, somebody asked me that, well, what if the concert was in Tulsa? I'd feel sorry for them too, but I don't live in Tulsa.
And somebody
I got to take up for the folks here in San Antonio.
And somebody asked on the YouTube Live, and we're not on Facebook anymore. I don't know if we're going back to Facebook. We're YouTubers now. What if the Cowboys, what is that, Wiki One, whatever? If the Cowboys make the Super Bowl, would you let them off the hook if they canceled? No. But here's the thing. He wouldn't have been stupid enough to book a concert on Super Bowl Sunday.
Right.
And you as a ticket buyer wouldn't have been stupid enough to buy concert tickets on Super Bowl Sunday.
Right. So there's a big difference.
Like I'm an idiot. I made plans to go to a Foo Fighters concert, which is the Beale Street Music Festival, right? So they sent the email. Tickets are on sale. Buy them because you've gone before. You can buy them before they go on public. I just bought them. Didn't look at the day. Saw the day. It's my wife's birthday. All right, cool. This is going to be great, right? Then I realized that's the NFL draft.
Ah.
Oh, well, I already bought the tickets, right?
But so you're going to cancel now, right?
No, because it's a festival.
Oh.
There's no refunds
No
available.
refunds.
But they are working because I called them. I asked, what are my options here? And they were like, none. And the way they do the way they do it to kind of curb the resale, they don't send their actual tickets that they'll send in the mail mid-April. So you don't have a lot of time to try to, so but they are working on replacing the Foo Fighters with a top level type band.
And I bet they will do it.
I'm sure they will.
And you might get lucky. Metallica available that weekend?
Well, I was looking, not that I was doing any kind of scouring and hoping, but could be maybe Metallica, but doubt it.
Styx?
Hell no. It might end up.
What choice would you have?
Well, I was looking at who's playing and who's available, and I'm kind of hoping now that it could either be Aerosmith or Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, wow.
And I'd be good with both of them.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
But I'm curious to see what they end up with.
They'll end up with something nice.
They'll end up with.
And don't worry about it. We'll cover the draft.
Yeah, you guys
here without you, so that's fine.
You'll be fine. You guys can carry the slack. That's kind of what it boils down to. We've got tickets that we're giving away to Taste of the Northside. Yesterday we had a lot of fun.
We did.
Hearing stories. We're going to do the same thing, but a little bit different. We want to know why you deserve these tickets, but we don't want your story to sound like it's a bad country song.
Right.
Don't try to tug on our heartstrings. Don't try to do that. Beg, grovel. Why do you deserve these? What did you do?
Sucking up is allowed.
It is. So if you want to win Taste of the Northside tickets, come up with a good story and dial up 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Again, good stories, but not the sad, depressing crap that sounds like you're getting your teeth pulled.
Yeah, no.
We don't want those.
We don't want that.
But if you do need your teeth pulled, go see my friend Mark Havercorn over at River City Oral Surgery. Dr. Havercorn is an oral surgeon. He's also a medical doctor who specializes in all types of oral surgery, especially and including dental implants. And if you are a little embarrassed when you smile because you're missing some teeth, you can get that fixed. And you want to get that fixed not only because of an embarrassment factor, but because it could affect the way you use your mouth. It is an issue that can easily be corrected with implants that look natural, feel natural. They stay securely in place. And dental implants are built to last a lifetime with proper care. And Dr. Havercorn is an expert at this. He has placed over 1,200 implants last year alone. In River City Oral Surgery, their practice, they do things a little bit differently. They're a direct care practice. You don't need a referral, and they won't accept your insurance. Chances are they're going to be less expensive than if you were using your insurance. And if you do have dental insurance, they'll help you file a claim. Maybe you get some of that money back. All their prices are listed right on their website, rivercityoms.com. And that's everything from start to finish. Financing is available. Don't be embarrassed when you smile. Go get implants with River City Oral Surgery. Call 210-778-0002 and make an appointment. Tell them Jason Minnick sent you. For comfortable, natural-looking implants, River City Oral Surgery, 210-778-0002 or online at rivercityoms.com.
Get your stories ready. We got 2 tickets to Taste of the Northside on the line. Right after this Sports Center update, Dallas Cowboys CEO Stephen Jones said today that the team is officially out of the Bobby Wagner sweepstakes. It was said that they were after him, but they are now officially out, at least according to Stephen Jones. Who's not out? Well, the San Antonio Spurs aren't out. In fact, they are in. They are in the 10th spot, and right now, if it started today, they would be in the play-in tournament. They didn't even play last night to get that. The Lakers did, though, and they lost to the Dallas Mavericks. Spurs are back in action tonight. They will go for their 5th win in a row. They'll take on the Memphis Grizzlies inside the AT&T Center. Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., both questionable for tonight's game. Actually, Morant is actually out of that ball game. Lonnie Walker could be back for your San Antonio Spurs. I'm Joe Reinagle for San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're shopping for a new vehicle, go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex. Very easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of their great customer service before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. When you start the car buying process, they're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with the options and features that you're looking for. They will give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options that are available. And you know price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram truck, part of the Ancira I-10 complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. It doesn't matter how big or small your business is. If you're a plumber, roofer, electrician, or remodeler, your business earns back when you spend, gets exclusive offers, and paint rewards. It all adds up to help drive your business. Join Lowe's MVP's Pro Rewards and Partnership Program today. Minimum purchase required. Earnings and paint rewards awarded as Lowe's e-gift cards. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. Valid through 12/31/22. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty Terms. Subject to change. U.S. only.
Of all the multitudinous manifestations that water can take, in oceans and ice cubes, in glaciers and streams, vapors and rain, double black diamonds, lap swims, and brains. Of all that water everywhere, only 0.5% is fresh water available for human use. That's why at Moen, we're innovating to save 1 trillion gallons of water by 2030. Discover Mission Moen at Moen.com.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending Uma and their all-in-one phone, video, and collaboration solution.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Uma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Uma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at Metamucil.com today.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements. And today, 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Hi, it's Rudy J. I'm here with my lawyer, Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. Jason, as I'm riding around the city, I notice your nice billboards. They look good, but
I have a couple out there trying to keep up with the competition, I guess.
They look good. Now, I get in a car accident. Am I going to be talking to you? I don't want to talk to some guy that works for you. I want to talk to the guy that's on the billboard.
No, I know. And you know that you talk to me. But
Yes.
and you have, you and I have been friends for a long time, and I've represented you for a long time. But that relationship that you and I have is the relationship I have with a lot of my clients. And I think you're recognizing something that I don't know if everybody knows, that the face on the billboard for that firm might not be the lawyer that you actually get to talk to. That's not true with me, as you know.
Right.
If you call 900-0400, my office number, and you have a question about your case, you're going to talk to me. I'm the lawyer on the billboard, but I'm the lawyer that will handle your case.
Call 210-900-0400, 210-900-0400, or a lawyerforus.com.
Thank you, Rudy.
The play is in. The Blitz with Joe Reinagle and Jason Minix. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, what a great day.
It's a great day. And the next couple days are going to be great. Tomorrow we'll be live out at the Valero Texas Open. Rob and Rudy in the morning, us in the afternoon from 4 to 7. Same on Friday. Then on Monday, we're going to be live out at the Rue Pub as we get ready for North Carolina Villanova in the national championship game.
Duke Villanova in the national championship game. Villanova will spoil Mike Krzyzewski's retirement.
No love for Kansas?
No.
All right.
No.
Either way, we're going to be out there Monday. And then next Thursday, we're going to be live out at the Dominion.
Wow.
For a taste of the North Side.
How about that?
My favorite Fiesta event. It is back at the new location there at the Dominion. Taste of the North Side, hosted by Brighton Center, presented by HEB. It's the Fiesta event for foodies. It's an exclusive ticket, and we've got a pair that we're giving away right now.
It's like that all-inclusive resort, right? Because you just one price and everything is just at your fingertips.
When we were over there doing the site check where we're going to be set up, on the outside of the VIP area, looking in right by all the Ferraris that they're going to have out there.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to go? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. But you have to tell Joe and I why you deserve to win these tickets. Now, we did this yesterday. We got a lot of great stories. It was hard to pick a winner yesterday.
It was.
But, and some were extremely tough, but man, at least one guy, man, he sounded like a bad country song.
Yeah, it was bad. I felt bad for the guy.
Then we had another couple, and they sounded pretty good, and they ended up being a couple. They didn't know the husband was on, so was the wife. So we just kind of they didn't win the tickets to taste, but we did hook them up with Daughtry tickets.
We did.
Because we're nice that way.
We are nice that way.
So if you want to go, and again, have a good story, here's the rules. Not a country song.
No. Sucking up is allowed. If you want to say how great.
Pure honesty is encouraged, kind of like Eric Church. As much as I think it's a BS move that he did, at least he was honest about it.
He's honest about it. That's about all I can say about that.
So here's kind of how it works. Whoever's up first, you're obviously going to be the clubhouse leader. So you stay on hold.
Yes.
And then if throughout the process, if we decide there's a new clubhouse leader, then we'll hang up on you, but that person needs to stay on hold. So don't say everything that you want to say and then hang up.
Right.
That's kind of the golden rule here. Wait till you're told you're done. Are you going to answer all those calls there, Edwin?
I was waiting for you to go to
the first one.
Yeah. So, but
okay. All right. Al, you are on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Oh, how y'all guys doing, man? I love the show.
Appreciate you.
I need these tickets because I need to get my wife out of the house. It's been a long time since we've done anything like this, especially Fiesta with all the COVID stuff going on. This would be great. Make her happy, have a good time doing it.
All right, so the question I have for you, Al, when you say you want to get your wife out of the house, are you sending her with a girlfriend, or are you actually taking her out on a date night?
No, it'll be a date night.
Okay, date night.
Date night. So
then I could introduce her to my new friends, Joe and Jason.
That you could do.
You could do that. See, that's the correct way to suck up. That was nice. That's a nice touch there, Al.
Thanks.
All right, Al, because you're first, you are the clubhouse leader. All right, so let's put Al on hold. Let's go to line 2 is RG. RG, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
How y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
My story is my dad had a health scare. I haven't taken him to anything of this magnitude in over 5 years. He's a big Fiesta guy, but with COVID and everything going on, and I want to celebrate a job celebration with him and announce something that he accomplished personally. So I want to tell him a nice event, nice atmosphere, and spend a good afternoon with my father.
So wait a minute, you got a new job and you haven't told your dad yet. Is that what you're saying?
Promotion within the job.
And you haven't told your dad yet?
Correct.
Wow.
All right. So you're going to try to, hey, Dad, I got a new promotion. Look what I did. I got a promotion. I can get tickets to Taste of the North Side. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, might as well a shot, right?
There you go.
We're already on the radio, too, so it's a cool thing to get on to.
I like the fact that RG wants to tell his dad something special.
So in your mind, clubhouse leader?
Yes.
All right. So put RG on hold. Hang up on Al.
Love you, Al.
Appreciate you calling.
Hang in there.
Let's see. Where are we going next? Alex, you are on the Blitz. What's up, Alex?
Hey, fellas. So here's why I want to go to Taste of the North Side. The wife and I, we had a baby back in August 2020. Moved down to San Antonio in 2019 from Austin. And, I love San Antonio. I love the family atmosphere. And, we're big foodies. So I just want to get her out of the house. She, for my son, spends, and I want to take her someplace nice. So why not go to Taste of the North Side, right?
Do you have a babysitter for next Thursday, or will you get a babysitter for next Thursday?
Oh, you betcha. I got the in-laws right down the street. I'll have her mom take, my son and take her on a nice date.
All right. So, Alex, you're from Austin. Who has better tacos?
Oh, man. Okay. So
your phone crapped out at the most important time.
I had some good places in Austin, but here in San Antonio, I got the pick of the litter. It's crazy. I got so many really good places, so I gotta go with San Antonio.
Alex, you weren't as convincing as you should have been. Appreciate you calling, but RG remains the clubhouse leader. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey guys, how's it going today?
Good.
My wife has been homebound for about a year with a couple of surgeries, and she has 3 more surgeries coming up in the next 3 or 4 months. So I'd like to try to get her out of the house. She's been, busted leg, busted shoulder, just not doing real good, and just want to try to get her out.
So, not to you don't have to get personal or anything, but what does your wife do?
Well, we're applying for disability. She can't work anymore.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. I know that's tough, Kevin, but I think RG is still our clubhouse leader. Let's move on to Carlos at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. That was borderline country music song.
It was.
Category.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. All right. Carlos, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Joe and Jason, I can't help but I'm with the greatest crew in sports radio. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hey guys, I deserve the Taste of the North Side tickets because, well, you see, I just got my teeth done with Dr. Capricorn and I drove over there with my new Chevrolet from Cyril Winton. And you know what, though? I was sitting here at Twin Peaks. Oh, those views. Well, I was talking to Jason Thompson, not a recording, not as an assistant. I was talking to him. Imagine that. And we were talking about, Taste of Northside is going to be the shit, especially with Jason and Joe right then and there. Oh my goodness, can't help but just get so excited. Anyway, so that's why. And you know why? Because you all, in fact, y'all are so great. I think I got my bet down that y'all are going to be the new #1 Fox Sports football team.
So, Carlos, it sounds like you were already over at Texas Cheer, and you're having yourself a really good time. Put Carlos on hold.
Yeah, put him on hold. That was a great performance. If nothing else,
that was fantastic. Does that knock RG off, or do we leave RG on there? Let's leave RG and Carlos on hold. Yeah. We got other callers that we're going to get to. Let's go to Robert on line 3. Robert, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hi, guys. Listen to you every day after work. Nice show.
Thank you.
My story is kind of just about love, basically. I dated a girl. I'm 50, and I'm from Michigan. And I dated a girl from 93 to 99. Thought she was the one and everything, but things happen. You know how life happens. Anyway, I got married. She got married. I got divorced. She got divorced. She's still in Michigan, and we have kind of like reconnected recently. So she has agreed to fly here for Fiesta. So I would love to be able to take her to, the Taste of the North Side, because that is pretty much the crown jewel as far as the food goes for Fiesta.
It really is, man. I'm just, waiting for you to break into some sort of Eric Church harmony here, because you are sounding more and more like a bad country song, my friend.
No. It's good. I mean, it's
all right.
Like country.
Hey, man, you enjoy that time with her when she's in town, and tickets are available at the Taste of the North Side website.
Robert.
There you go. Let's go to, is it Janella? Janella, you're on the Blitz.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, I'm so excited to finally talk to y'all. I've been tweeting y'all a couple of times, and y'all always are very nice and respond to me, so thank you.
You're welcome.
But I feel like I don't have any sad songs or love stories or anything like that.
Good.
But I'm Joe's twin, and I feel like since I'm Joe's twin, I always think I leave my phone on top of my car. I love DQ tacos, and I hate peanut butter.
Janella, I got to tell you, that doesn't help your case, at least with me. And I got a 50% vote here, because this is the Fiesta event for foodies, which means no DQ tacos are going to be found.
Well, there's
anywhere.
no peanut butter going to be found there either, which is a good thing.
Well, I imagine there's going to be items with peanut butter.
No, there's not.
Desserts?
There better not be.
There's going to be desserts there?
Yeah, but not with peanut butter.
Well, they might be.
What, Reese's?
Or some sort of.
It's a Taste of the North Side, for goodness sake.
I don't know. Let's do two more real quick. Let's go to Gabriel on line one. Janella, appreciate you.
Yes.
Where are we at?
Gabriel.
Gabriel?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, how you guys doing? Jason
Good.
and Joe. Yeah, I would like to go to Taste the North Side because you guys are always going to places, and I never get to go because I drive a truck all day. So, I had this job where I was working for Cisco Foods, and I am a foodie because that's all I did for the last 22 years is drive a truck. And all I did was food, all the restaurants. So that's why I like Maddy Skye's piece, because she talks about food. But anyways, I changed jobs. And when I came to this job, I started working the night shift. So I'm working from 11 to 7, 11 to 9. And I never get off in time to go to anywhere that y'all are at. But Jason Minix, I only have one thing against you. You're a Cowboys fan, and I'm actually a Washington fan. But during that time from 4 to 7, when I was going through a difficult change, your voice, I heard it every night, and it helped me to make it through it. And it means a lot to me what you did. And it was so personal for me. Like, you were the only person I would hear talking during that time. That when Joe Reinagle came on, I didn't want to listen anymore because I didn't want it to be disrupted. But it was a pleasant surprise, and I actually owe Joe Reinagle beer as well. Do they have beer? Do they have beer at Taste of Northside?
Oh yeah. They got beer. They got beer.
I owe Joe Reinagle a beer. And one last thing, I'm actually a high school friend of Michael Jimenez. We went to Holmes High School together, and I can tell you
that's
that when
3
he was
strikes.
17 years old, and I met him at the band hall.
That's 3 strikes.
He had the same.
It's 3 strikes, man. I mean, I was with you there for a while. Then you went Washington fan, and then you're offering Reinagle a beer, not me, but friends with Jimenez. You got to go. Let's go to Rose on line 3. Final caller. Rose, you got an opportunity to knock either Carlos or RG off the medal stand.
All right. So my husband has introduced me to your radio station. I'm a nurse, and I drive all over South Texas, and we listen to your radio station all the way to and from. And then, so we're in the car a lot. We listen to your radio station a lot. And so we try to, use your advertising people. I'm seeing Dr. Torres right now, and we bought the last car from Mancera. And so we try to patronize a lot of your advertisers.
Well, that is awesome. And we appreciate that.
We do.
We appreciate that. All right. Put Rose on hold. Sucking up always helps. So it's going to be RG, Carlos, or Rose. We're way late for a break. You guys all hang on. We'll tell you a winner as we continue here on the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. If you're in need of any help at the house with plumbing or your AC, you know there's one company to call, and that is Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. 651-5899. At Quarter Moon, they are full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked and they have all the equipment needed for any job. At Quarter Moon, they do not have commissioned sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions. They have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quarter Moon, they are green certified. And for your AC unit, if you haven't had it tuned up and checked out and made sure it's ready for the hot summer months, get that done. Quarter Moon has great maintenance programs that ensures your unit is ready for every season. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online, quartermoonplumbing.com.
The NCAA tournament started with 68 teams.
You can feel the madness!
After a handful of upsets and some buzzer beaters, we've landed here. The Final Four in the Big Easy and a national championship game happens here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
On Saturday, April 2nd, help us celebrate 100 years of Valero Texas Open and be part of our Texas Size Anniversary concert featuring performances by Jason Aldean and Darius Rucker. All concert tickets holders are invited to attend the Valero Texas Open's third round competition preceding the concert, all taking place at TPC San Antonio. With limited tickets remaining, visit ValeroTexasOpen.com to get yours today.
How do you make the most of your land? If you ask the Wrens, who run with us on a John Deere mower, they tell you,
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
But the Hubbards, who work behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, would say,
if it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
Then there's the Mosers, who may mention from the seat of their John Deere Gator UTV,
it can't be all work and not play.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490. Taste of the Northside is back and at a new location. Join us Thursday, April 7th from 6:30 to 11:30 at the Dominion Country Club, hosted by Brighton Center and presented by HEB. This Fiesta event for foodies is one inclusive ticket price that includes parking, entry, live entertainment, and unlimited food tastings for $125. Purchase tickets at tasteofthenorthside.org. Proceeds benefit Brighton Center, providing an educational and developmental foundation for children with disabilities and delays.
When you ask people here what's the one thing that makes Diamonds Direct their favorite jeweler, for some, it's the unbeatable pricing. We get it through our direct importer, no middleman connections, the foundation of our business since day one. For others, it's uncompromising quality, from hand-selected diamonds to handcrafted designer rings, only the best of the best. Some people put selection at the top of their list, as Diamonds Direct offers up to 30 times the options you expect from a typical jewelry retailer. For some, it's our luxurious showroom with diamond experts who genuinely care about your experience and happiness and who are empowered to do whatever it takes for you. Others rave about Diamonds Direct's unmatched warranties and guarantees and an extraordinary 110% diamond upgrade promise. But you know the most often answer we get when asking what makes Diamonds Direct stand out? It's not one thing. It's everything. Diamonds Direct. Value, luxury, choices, and confidence. Get directions, showroom hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
This is the greatest stage for all of sports. March Madness is upon us. The big dance. We've got you covered. That's why we keep you up to date with the latest from the tournament. Are you ready for the madness? San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey guys, it's Rudy J. Your home for sports talk is right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Giving away these Taste of the Northside tickets.
Yeah, they make it tough, Jason.
That's not supposed to be easy.
No. And, well, and there can only be one winner.
There's only going to be one winner
no
today.
Overtime.
And there is no overtime today. And you don't get a second opportunity.
No, you don't.
You don't. I'm going to get in trouble for this one.
Okay.
Because my wife, who is a nurse,
yes,
knows that I've got a soft spot for nurses.
Yes.
So it's very difficult when Rose dropped that she's a nurse.
My daughter's a nurse.
Your daughter's a nurse. But RG's the winner.
Yeah, I think we agree. I mean, everybody was great, but RG came strong, held on.
Absolutely.
He kind of won wire to wire almost, didn't he?
No, Alex. I think he was second or third caller.
Yeah.
So RG's the winner. Edwin, talk to RG, get all his information. We'll figure out how he can wash dishes to get these tickets. He'll do whatever it takes.
Absolutely.
That was fun. I enjoy doing stuff like that.
I do too.
And it's the risk of, though.
Yeah.
People get mad at you if you don't pick them.
They do.
And that comes with the territory. It's, we try to be fun, try to be honest. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I mean,
and you never know the next time.
If you listen to this show, you kind of know how we feel about that, right?
You can't.
There's only one winner.
You can't hesitate when you're comparing San Antonio and Austin tacos.
You can't do that. That was like that was a couple of places. No,
and you can't go to a Fiesta event for foodies and drop Dairy Queen tacos. I'm just saying. And never admit you're a fan of the Redskins when you're trying to impress us.
Well, that's not a good thing.
No.
I don't know about the Dairy Queen tacos, though. I thought that was okay.
Can I tell you a Dairy Queen story?
Yeah, of course you can.
I went to Dairy Queen yesterday.
See that? You had tacos?
I was over on Paramvidal. Had a meeting over there. There's Dairy Queen right there. Hell no, I didn't have tacos. I pull into the Dairy Queen, and I knew, because I went to a concert last night at the Rock Box, that I wasn't going to get dinner.
Yeah.
So I wanted a good big lunch. Steak fingers is what I was craving. So I go into the Dairy Queen there on Paramvidal. Walk inside. Steak fingers. The guy says 4 or 6. 6. And then he's typing up on the computer. He goes, "We don't have steak fingers today."
Whoa.
The truck hasn't come.
Wow.
So I had a hunger buster.
Yeah.
It was good.
It's delicious.
It was good. Then last night on the way home from the Rock Box, had Burger Boy. Had 2 burgers yesterday for lunch.
Burger Boy?
Burger Boy on Bitters Road.
Wow.
Yeah. Got me a baked special.
I bet. Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
Burger Boy.
Burger Boy is good. But I can say after a couple beers, getting that orange freeze, probably not the best idea.
No, I wouldn't think so. Burger Boy. Orange freeze in a burger.
Yeah.
Yep. I won't be doing that.
The orange freeze is fantastic
I'm
there.
sure
And it's not something that you would normally think to get.
Now, why is that? I mean, why is the orange freeze okay?
I don't know.
And the Dairy Queen tacos aren't.
I'm telling you, until you go get an orange freeze, I can't explain it.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to do that. You were man enough to try the tacos. So.
I was. And again, I said they're not bad.
There you go.
But I'm never going to order them at Dairy Queen because if I'm going to Dairy Queen, even if they don't have steak fingers, the next alternative is a burger.
And if they didn't have the burger?
I'd have left.
You'd have gotten the tacos.
I wouldn't have gotten the tacos.
You were hungry. You just get 2 orders of tacos.
Again.
And that would have been your big lunch.
I was going to a concert and wanted a good, hearty meal.
That would have been
also wasn't going to risk something that might not sit well with the stomach.
It's a well-balanced meal. You've got your taco, you got the meat and all the veggies.
It really is.
And then you put a little salsa on there. You've got it all. It's a well-balanced meal.
Mm-hmm.
Any young growing boy would be proud to have tacos from Dairy Queen.
No, they probably wouldn't. But I tell you what, show last night at the Rock Box. Actually, I went and saw a band called Kingdom Collapse.
Yeah.
And what's cool about this, the kid that plays guitar in this band used to be the kicker at Incarnate Word. He's in a Braunfels Unicorn.
All right.
And now he's a rock star. The lead singer's from New Braunfels, and they're opening. They They played Whiskey A Go-Go in L.A. last week, and now they're playing
nice.
a Tuesday night at the Rock Box.
Where's
right?
the Rock Box?
Downtown over by the old Spaghetti Warehouse.
Okay.
Great venue, big venue.
Yeah.
I like the Rock Box. It's a good spot. But while I'm there, I meet a guy that's in a band called Nothing More. And Nothing More is pretty big. I mean, they've sold out the Aztec a couple of times. I know they're on a national tour as well, but they're home right now. Nothing More, they're playing at that new Techport Center in June.
Okay.
It's a bunch of kids from Reagan.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea that band had San Antonio roots.
Talented kids here in San Antonio.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Where's Eric Church from? He's not from here.
He's not from here.
No.
I'm going to guess the Carolinas. Is he from Tobacco Road, maybe?
Yeah, maybe so. And see, that's why he
Total-
cancels concerts in Texas.
A little bandwagon guy. You know
Guys
who's-
from Reagan wouldn't have done that.
No. You know who's got a show tonight in Boston?
Who's that?
Chris Rock. Let's talk about that as we continue here on the Blitz. It's a gorgeous day. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. If you're going to do some grilling this weekend, make sure you get the best sausage for your grill, and that is Kielbasa smoked meat sausage. You know, they're a great local San Antonio company. Everything they make is made right here in San Antonio, where they started back in 1949. And you know, while they're now a national brand, they still love taking care of San Antonio. In the last year alone, they've donated more than 2 tons of sausage to the San Antonio Food Bank. They do that through their Links of Love program, where they help local food banks and disaster relief efforts. So when you're enjoying the great Kielbasa products, you can feel good that you're helping others that are going through hard times enjoy the great Kielbasa smoked meats products. You can learn more about their Links of Love program on the website, Kielbasa.com. You're going to fire up that grill. Go get yourself some Kielbasa today.
The madness has begun. The office pools, the school pride, and those do-or-die games. Hey, we love it too. That's why we keep you up to date with the latest from the tournament. San Antonio Sports Star.
It's going to fall unbelievable.
ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
After months of playing, college basketball has determined the top 4 teams, and the final 2 rounds will crown this year's champion. BetOnline.net is your #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. From all the latest odds, contests, and player props, you name it. And it's not just basketball. BetOnline.net is your continued source for all your sporting wagering information, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino games. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline.net, where the game starts.
My name is Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for 50 years. I went to school here. I graduated from law school here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after a serious injury or a fatality collision for more than 27 years. If you're in your car right now, chances are you're seeing an attorney billboard, and you'll probably see 3 or more of those on your commute today. How do you decide who to call? Who to trust? I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. I'm experienced. I have a long track record of success, and I run my firm like my father did for over 50 years of practicing law here. I believe that a personal, trusting relationship with my client matters. With my firm, I meet with you. I answer your questions. I handle your case. For many lawyers you see on the billboard, your case will not be handled by the attorney on that billboard. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. If you or your family needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, an attorney that will personally handle all of the issues after a serious injury or fatality, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, 900-0400, 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
This tax filing season could be one for the record books. There are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits on the table, and Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you get every one you deserve. Tax credits for being a parent, taking care of a parent, taking classes, and so much more. Don't leave thousands on the table. Jackson Hewitt will make sure you get credit for all you do and get your biggest refund guaranteed. Learn more and find your nearest location at jacksonhewitt.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Live Local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, he's at Joe Reinagel 210. I'm at Jason Minix. Edwin Hafner is producing today. He's Twitterless.
Is that an issue that can be cured?
No.
No.
Never.
Okay.
Like the former Texas Longhorns coach Charlie Strong said, it's the downfall of society.
Well, I'm not exactly going to disagree with that.
No, but
completely.
in the media world, it's kind of the necessary evil.
It kind of is, yeah.
Let's see how long I can go without
Wait.
Twitterless.
So when I look over and I see you on your phone, you're not on Twitter?
Oh, I look at Twitter. I just don't have one.
What?
I mean, I look at like other tweets, like in terms of like writers and guys who cover the team.
So you're on Twitter, you're just not on Twitter.
Yeah. I don't have a Twitter account.
So how do you follow people then?
Just go on the internet or Bleacher Report app.
That makes no sense. I don't understand that.
You don't know what Bleacher Report is?
I know what Bleacher Report is. I don't know why you're scrolling Twitter without just having an account and you could just follow all the people you want.
He wants to be incognito.
You know, you could have 0 followers and follow 3,000 people and never tweet.
Or you could just do what I do.
Or you could just do what he does. Touche.
Different cat.
Well, I mean, that's hey, respect.
So tonight kicks off the Ego Death Tour.
Wow.
That is what Chris Rock is calling his comedy tour. 2 sold-out shows tonight in Boston. How do you think he handles tonight's show?
He has to say something about it, doesn't he? I mean, you would think there's no way he's not going to be able to say something about the Will Smith incident. But after that whole slap, and obviously this tour was planned already, you read ticket sales went through the roof for Chris Rock.
And I would have thought they would already have been sold out. Like he should be adding shows. He's going on tour, knew he was going on tour, probably scheduled the tour around, hey, I'm hosting, I'm going to be all over TV, and let's go on tour. I mean, it makes sense. He didn't plan on getting slapped.
No, allegedly.
The bitch slap heard round the world. It's interesting because TMZ didn't get him to comment when he was getting off the airport.
No.
Or off the airplane, leaving the airport. You know, they're following him. They're trying there. His brother, Tony Rock, made it clear that he thinks Will's apology was BS and says that he did not approve of it. We don't know if Chris Rock does, but Chris Rock didn't get on social media and say, Will, man, I understand. Even comment on anything that Will said. He's made some jokes about the slap, but he hadn't said anything yet. And then Diddy is somehow involved because, you know, there were some reports.
Diddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's just Diddy today.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah. Diddy originally kind of made it sound like they buried the hatchet, but he's updated and said, I never confirmed they had reconciled. I said, as brothers, they will work it out and let's move on with love.
Well, didn't they have some bad blood before all of this? I think that was the story that, you know, you hear so many things when something like this happens, but I heard that Chris Rock and that they had some bad blood before all this happened. And so it was kind of maybe some, I don't know, bad blood before this that kind of made it explode.
There's obviously something there. I'm curious because a lot of shows, like I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorites right now. You can't take a phone to Chappelle's show. A lot of comedians go with a no phone policy. I'm curious how many snippets and bad cell phone video we're going to get tonight of Chris Rock. He's got to address it.
Well, I would assume that he's got the same policy. And if he didn't have it before, he's probably got it now. But, Chris Rock was a guy who was very outspoken about, how do I put this without sounding, the baby's feelings. He was the first guy to stop going to college campuses because these college kids got their feelings hurt by the jokes he was telling.
Mm-hmm.
And so he stopped.
They're too sensitive.
Exactly. Which, okay, whatever. It's jokes. Will Smith didn't do him any favors.
No.
Because, to me, he just opened the door for morons to come out of the crowd who didn't like a particular joke and slap him in the face.
I'm curious because I'm going to a comedy show tonight at LOL, and I'm wondering how other comics, because we've already seen different bits from much more famous comedians than what's at LOL tonight, right? But they're making jokes about it. I imagine everybody is working it into their routine.
Sure.
And the thing about like a Chris Rock show, whether it's a Chris Rock or a Dave Chappelle or whoever, they have worked on their show, their material, their timing. They've got it down pat.
Sure they do.
How hard is it going to be for him to work something in? Now, we saw the other night, the guy can improv pretty quick. He got slapped in the face, didn't react, said, that guy just slapped the bleep out of me.
Yeah.
And went on with the show. Every comedian is going to be talking about this and put it in there, but every comedian now is going to be a little concerned that somebody's going to go all Will Smith, especially, when I will never sit anywhere near the front of a comedian's show. I don't want to get picked on.
But isn't that part of the fun of it?
No, I mean,
of course it is.
Some people enjoy that. I would not.
See, but you would take it. Because you know what you're going there for. And a huge part of comedy is to make fun of everybody. Dave Chappelle, there is not a better guy who leaves no one out. He makes fun of everybody. And to me, that's okay. If you're just picking on one particular group and that's the problem, then that's a problem. But that's part of comedy.
Well, even Cleto Rodriguez, the most famous San Antonio comedian, just texted me, yep, all new material.
Yeah.
656 ESPN, Cleto, you know the number.
Yes.
I want to hear what you've already worked up. Because, there is going to be, everybody's going to be talking about this. It's a part of it. Talking to his friends today, this was Sunday. It's Wednesday. And people are still debating who is right, who is wrong, what's going to happen to Will Smith's career after this, which I think nothing.
Probably
not.
I
don't think in the long run this hurts Will Smith at all.
I guess the Academy Awards was supposed to meet today and decide what sort of discipline and everybody seems to think that he's just not going to get invited back next year. And then after that, it'll be all said and done.
Well, what can they do? Move him to the back row?
No, they can ban him from coming.
They're not going to ban him from coming. He slapped a man on TV and they didn't kick him out that night.
Well, that's ridiculous.
They're not going to take the statue away. The Astros get to keep their World Series trophy. He's going to keep his little man trophy too.
Sure, and he'll keep it. I'm not advocating for him to take for them to take his trophy away from him, but something's got to happen. Look, you can't have people just reacting out of whatever he was reacting out of, because to me, that may have been one of Will Smith's best acting jobs ever. The man was laughing hysterical at that joke until he looks over at his wife and realizes she's pissed off, so I better do something about it. And then all of a sudden, funny Will Smith, laughing, giggling Will Smith turned into mean, bad Will Smith, and he did it in a heartbeat. That may have been his best acting job to date.
And then the reality of it, and I know it's a lot of people have made this comparison. He wouldn't have done that if it was a bigger dude up there.
No, he wouldn't have.
So does that fall in the line of bullying?
Yeah, I would say. But I think there was some bad blood between these two to begin with.
There's already been enough stories and rumors about the home life of Will and Jada.
Yeah, I think it's
might have a little to do with
say
it.
The lease. I don't know. It's
rules are a little different in his house than ours.
Yes. And the funny thing about it is, and I didn't see it, and if somebody did, please enlighten me. But I hear there were jokes made about that throughout the show, about their home life and about how loose it is.
I could care less about watching the Academy Awards.
I could care. I wouldn't even have known it was on.
I didn't know any. I knew it was on, but I didn't choose to watch it because I haven't been to a movie in 2 years. I didn't know any of the movies that were out there. So it didn't matter to me there until Twitter blew up.
Yeah.
And by the time I turned it on, he was on stage accepting an award. So I didn't even see when they announced him winning. He was crying, and I was like, well, what happened? And then I never saw Chris Rock the rest of the way. You know, when you ask, you receive.
Yeah.
Cleto Rodriguez joining us here on the Blitz. What's up, my man?
How's it going, Jason? How you doing, Joe?
Cleto, what's happening?
Just trying not to get slapped. That's all I'm doing, you know.
Well, you don't ever tell jokes that make people want to slap you, do you?
Nah. I mean, I don't like to. My style of comedy is nothing like that. I want everybody to get involved. I want everybody to have a good time, that kind of thing. But yeah, that was craziness that happened on Sunday. I was kind of like, I thought it was a bit. And then when Will sat down and he, said what he said, I go, yeah, nah, that ain't no bit. That's for real. That's for real right there. So it was kind of crazy.
So how do comedians on the inner circle, the comedian group text, what was that like following?
Oh man, I had an interview with Dry Bar Comedy, and that's all we talked about. It was just a lot of folks, a lot of comics were kind of like the big thing was, are people going to is that, since the Academy didn't do anything, like nobody escorted them out, they're like, okay, is this open reign on comedians that anybody can do this? And if they insult the wrong person at the wrong time, a lot of these people go to comedy clubs to, relax, enjoy themselves, but they want to take their mind off their day, off their week. And it's our job to, do that, get their mind off of all of what they're going through. And just so you catch them on the wrong day. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what it felt like. I know what Chris Rock felt like up there. I've been to galas and events where I was like, oh, how you doing, man? Gleta's a very masculine name. Oh, she goes, oh, that's great. I go, when are you due? I'm not pregnant. I'm like, oh, sorry. And it's just so awkward. You're like digging yourself out. And, but that right there, the way Chris handled it, some people were saying it was staged. No, I don't think that was staged.
I don't think it was staged. Cleto Rodriguez calling in here to the Blitz. Cleto, question for you, and you're a very clean comic.
Right. I take a bath.
Thank you.
And he smells good most of the time. When you think about those award shows, whether it's the Academy Awards the other night or at the ESPYs, you see comedians going after certain players that are sitting in the audience, whether it's Peyton Manning or a Russell Wilson or a Dak Prescott. And as a comedian, it's going to be uncomfortable for those guys. But you're pretty certain that they understand that they're in the audience. They could be the butt of a joke. They might get pissed, but they'll laugh about it. For Chris Rock to go where he went, and so many people have debated if he knew about her condition, which I didn't, maybe Chris Rock didn't, fair game, funny joke. But if he did know about the condition, that crosses the line. When you're writing jokes, where is that line?
That line, if you know ahead of time that they're dealing with any kind of medical condition or any kind of serious certain issue that they got going on in their life, or you just don't touch it. You just don't cross that line. And I truly believe if Chris Rock knew, he wouldn't have gone there. And then I'm seeing it from both sides. As a comic and as a husband, I know for a fact that, like for instance, it's, Chris Rock knew that was, we know when a joke doesn't go over and it doesn't go well, like, okay, that didn't go over. But when like when the crowd gets in and you're like, ooh, and all of a sudden the crowd just turns on you, it's a little bit awkward, It's a little bit awkward. What are you going to do now? And then for Will Smith, I understand his point too, because at first he was laughing, and then he saw his wife, and his wife gave him his face like, "Are you going to handle this? Are you going to handle this? What are you going to do?" You know, and I know that. I mean, I know that look from my wife. That's a long ride home. I understand, Will. I would have gone up there too. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, man, you're putting me in a hard spot right here. I think for a fact that I don't think I would have gone up there and done anything like that. I would have probably just yelled out, "Hey, man, you're putting me in the doghouse over here. Stop." You know, I mean, just something to where he knows he crossed the line. But I think if he would have handled it better, like gone backstage and say, "Hey, man, I didn't really appreciate that kind of thing," I think Will would have apologized. I mean, Chris Rock would have said, "You know what, my bad. I'm sorry."
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think, and I think that is the consensus, that Chris Rock didn't know about her condition. So in that respect, I mean, it was a pretty funny joke when you look at it, because Jada Pinkett has worn her hair kind of in that style for a long time, very short. And I just think he was trying to have some fun with her. You know, Cleto, can you tell us where you're performing next?
Well, I just finished coming back from Fresno, California and Houston, and I'm going to be in town for Fiesta. I won't be working again. So I got a gig probably late April, and I'm going to be in Dallas, I believe. I'll be going back to Dallas. And I just got back from Kentucky and Alabama. It just feels good to be back on the road again and, you know, just back to some normalcy. But, you know, after that thing that happened Sunday, I'm going up there on stage now with a catcher's mitt and a face mask, and just to be sure. But, you know, it's funny. You said earlier, I found out that Joe, you said that Will didn't do him any favors. He actually did, because did you see the cost of his tickets now?
Yeah, it's crazy.
For like $720.
Yeah, but
$720. I'm like, are you kidding me?
yeah, but
You
that's
can suck my other cheek.
that's the secondary market. Chris ain't getting that extra cut.
Yeah, that's right.
You know how that works.
I would definitely have him slap my other cheek. I would say, you know what? Hit this one too, man. Hit this one too.
Cleto, that is awesome. And let me know where I can find a job where I can work about once a month and get by.
I'm telling you, stand up, buddy. It's right there. It's coming. It's a new age. And then the thing is, too, it's a different time now. It's a like you said with Chris Rock. I mean, there's a lot of comics that don't do colleges anymore, don't do universities, because it's more of a sensitive society, if you will. But you know, you gotta play to the crowd. You gotta rewrite and evolve your act and that kind of thing. But you know, I mean, I don't touch on any of that stuff because I'm too busy talking about my family. And until they stop talking, then I won't talk about anything else.
Well, and I'm surprised. I've seen your show. I'm surprised your family doesn't slap you around more often. Cleto,
Maybe they do.
I'll tell you what, yeah, Thanksgiving's awkward. Let me just put it that way.
Cleto, man, I know you text pretty regularly during the show. Appreciate you taking the time to call in today on this topic, man. We'll catch up soon.
Thanks, Cleto.
Keep up the great work, guys. Take care.
Cleto Rodriguez.
And he is a funny dude. If you've never seen this guy perform, you need to.
But think about it. He just said he worked in Fresno last week, and he's got a month late April in Dallas.
Well, that's great but he's working, and he was on. I mean, he did a lot of shows from what he just rattled off there. So he's been working. He needs a break. That's good. And Cleto won't just lay around the house.
Have you seen him?
I've seen him, yes.
Yeah.
But
I think he does lay around the house quite a bit.
He does stuff.
He does. I know he did a comedy event the other night with April Anciro, which is a fundraiser. And he texted me. I wish I had the details in front of me, but sometime in June, he always does it, the Humors for Heroes.
Yeah.
Out at one of the Harley stores. We do a big barbecue, and he does comedy, and you go out there and serve food for a bunch of guys.
He does a lot with the Salvation Army, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's good people. He's a good dude.
Great dude. Great dude. So, yeah, we're not competitors anymore, so I can, like, you know.
Well, you're not. Well, although, I mean, neither one of your old stations.
That's exactly right. So I want to go see Cleto. And I hope sounds like he's on the road quite a bit. Hopefully he'll be performing here somewhere soon. I'd like to go see him.
Yeah, I'd like to go see him in a lot of places, just not Fresno.
Not Fresno. No.
I don't know what comedy's like in Fresno. What's the crowd like in Fresno?
You got to have a pretty good sense of humor.
I mean,
to live there.
I mean, it's not Riverside, but it's Fresno.
Yeah, well, You got to be funny to live there.
It's the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. Spurs in action tonight. Roger Goodell talks about Deshaun Watson and punishment. We'll cover all that before 7 o'clock here on the Blitz. If you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home. They added extra outlets in the garage, put up a big spotlight outside over one of my grills so I could do grilling at night, dimmer lights in the living room, whatever you need. Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates, and they've been doing it a long time. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. And if you're a business having to rework your office, let Hill Electric design your socially distant space to ensure each workstation has the proper electrical needs. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
We've got some news on LeBron James. We'll talk about that when we return after the Sports Center update. Let's say congratulations to the Texas A&M Aggies and good luck to them as they are in the NIT title game after beating Washington State last night. They will take on Xavier in the finals tomorrow night of the NIT. Let's go Aggies. All right, San Antonio Spurs, they are in the 10th spot in the West. They are right now in the play-in tournament. The Lakers lost yesterday. That's how they got in. San Antonio in action tonight. We're going to talk more about that, but they'll be going to their 5th straight win, taking on a shorthanded Memphis Grizzlies squad. No Ja Morant. Jaren Jackson Jr. also questionable for tonight's game. Tip-off set for 7:30 from the AT&T Center. And the Bobby Wagner sweepstakes and the Cowboys, all done. I'm Joe Reinagle for San Antonio Sports Star.
Golfers, swing into Edwin Watts Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from Cobra, featuring the new LTDX drivers, engineered for the longest total distance with extreme forgiveness. Internal weights create the power core, and hot face technology delivers faster ball speed at every contact point. 4 drivers to fit every golfer's needs. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star listeners, this is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Thanks to fans like you, you can now buy Kielbasa products just about everywhere. We hope you continue to enjoy our handcrafted, small batch smoked meats because we sure enjoy making them for you. So grab some today and let me know what you think. My number's on the back of every pack. Right by my promise that if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cashback Match. Now to recap and say cashback one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pureline Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pureline Nutrition.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250, 103.3 FM.
Spurs play the Grizzlies tonight. Spurs the 10th seed right now. They are in the play-in if the season were to end today. It doesn't. But that path to the play-in might be a little bit easier today. It's the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Yeah, Jason, we're getting word that LeBron James has been given permission by the Los Angeles Lakers to return back to Los Angeles to get more evaluation and treatment of that left ankle injury. Basically, translated, that means he's out for a while. And so the news for the Spurs there, obviously, is that 10th spot is looking pretty solid with, about 7 games left to play.
You know, what's interesting is he's already been ruled out of tomorrow night's game against Utah. Then on Friday night in Los Angeles, they're home against New Orleans. So, and then Sunday they're home against Denver. Then they got road games at Phoenix and at Golden State. It's a rough road anyway for the Lakers. Maybe, is it go home instead of spending time in Utah, get treatment so he could be ready for the New Orleans game? I just, watching the Lakers, like if you saw the press conference last night with Russ, and he was going toe-to-toe with a reporter who I thought handled the situation extremely well, although awkward. Nobody got slapped. But it feels like some of those guys realize we're done.
Yeah.
But LeBron seems to be doing what, like LeBron, man, if I can get us over the hump. You know, there's talk that Anthony Davis is coming back. You know, I'm waiting for the Lakers to say, okay, we're shutting them down for the year, kind of like New Orleans did with Zion. Because at that point, I think you could write the Lakers off. I just think LeBron does not have it in his DNA to mail in the final couple of games of a season if there's still a chance.
Well, it's like we were talking about Tiger Woods earlier. They're just competitors. And no matter where they are, when that ball goes up and they're on the floor, they're going to play, and they're going to play hard. It's just not in their DNA to not play hard and not try. And so as long as there is life and there's a heartbeat, guys like LeBron James, Tiger Woods, name some of the great athletes of the past, Michael Jordan, they're going to play ball. And that's just the way it is.
I mean, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
They have.
They've lost 3 in a row and given up a ton of points while doing it. 126, 116, and 128.
Certainly not LeBron's fault. He's been playing his butt off.
Dude has been incredible. I mean, he had 39 the other night against New Orleans on a bad ankle.
Yep.
What's nuts, though, is when you look at the game's leading scorer for the Lakers, Westbrook was that guy against Philadelphia with 24 points. But most of the time, it's LeBron. But even last night, without LeBron, it wasn't Russ. He did have, 8 rebounds and, team high in assists, but he's just knocking down shots.
For a guy that's making $40 million a year, he needs to be doing more than that. And, he's one of those guys that I talk about on that team that is just, unfortunately, I think Russell Westbrook has been done for a while. for a few years now. He just has not been able to be that Russell Westbrook that we're used to seeing way back when he came in the league with Oklahoma City, where he was just spectacular and you just marveled at this guy playing. And he just doesn't seem to have it anymore. Then you got Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony. I mean, Carmelo Anthony's got to be 85. How old is that guy? I mean, he has been around forever, just hanging on. It's just that team they assembled. They thought, bringing back the names that were, stars 10 years ago and assembling them again would work. And certainly that experiment went wrong.
Yeah, I just look at that whole Lakers team, and I had forgotten until it was brought up this morning on Greeny or Get Up. The Lakers in Vegas were the odds-on to represent the West in the NBA Finals with this all-star cast as if it were 2012 or 2015 even.
Yeah.
And I guess if healthy, they would be really good. I mean, that'd be a team. I mean, it's a dream team.
10 years ago.
And LeBron put this together.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. And it's talked about in the offseason how much he appreciated the Lakers front office letting him be a part of the handpicking of players. LeBron's a great player, but GMing, yeah, not so much. And again, as a Spurs fan, it's in the DNA to hate the Lakers.
Of course.
And the fact that when you look at the standings today, as much as it sucks as a Spurs fan to see us in 10th, they're in 11th.
They are.
And the free fall past has happened. Now it's up to the Spurs to maintain. And, Josh Richardson, who's been great for San Antonio,
really
by
has.
the way. I mean,
yes.
A very underrated piece of that Derek White deal is what the Spurs acquired in return. But Jeff McDonald from the Express News tweeted out earlier that, he apparently asked about tanking, and Josh's answer was, come on, man, it's a no-brainer. Nobody wants to lose on purpose. Tanking and all that, it's a fan thing. Maybe some front offices want to, but from the first day I stepped in here, I knew that wasn't the case. And I appreciate the honesty from a guy that I don't know. You don't know. I mean, none of us know this guy, right?
No.
Because he doesn't understand the Spurs way. And I get the feeling from what you see and hear from Josh when he's doing media availability, if there was any kind of inclination of tanking from the Spurs part, he would tell us, or he would give you a very different answer.
Yeah, you would think he would, because he doesn't even know if he's going to be back.
No.
I mean,
he's renting.
Right. So who knows? He could have given any answer at all. What I like about Richardson is that he came in here and he bought in right away, because if you'll recall, when he first got here, he didn't see much time.
No.
Pop took it slow with him. And so he had to work his way into the lineup and to get some playing time. But he's done that. And every time he's been on the floor, he's done a great job, and he's been a good complement to what the Spurs have. And that's kind of been my point, Jason, all along, is that the Spurs have some great athletic pieces, and everybody's looking for this magic, top draft pick that is just going to come in here and just, change everything. And that's just not going to happen. The Spurs have got a great foundation. Now, granted, adding a piece of a top college prospect wouldn't hurt, certainly. But I think what this team needs is exactly what the Phoenix Suns did. They did a great job building through the draft, and then they got some veteran pieces. And that king veteran piece was Chris Paul, and he has brought that thing together. So to me, that's what the Spurs need to focus on in the offseason, more so than drafting 5 or 6 pieces higher than they would have if they didn't make the play-in tournament.
And I look at everything that Richardson has done since he's got here, the pro, his 3-point shooting, 7-year vet. That is what this team needs moving forward. And I'm glad Team Tank is dead, buried, because it's not going to happen. So those that wanted to tank are realizing, well, you didn't get what you wanted. Spurs are going to be there. They're still going to get a great player in the draft, or have the opportunity of a great player. But they need more veteran guys like a Josh Richardson. And if there's a superstar out there, a trade, who knows what the offseason is going to be for San Antonio. But you've got so much young potential talent. Some more potential category like a Josh Primo and even a Devin Vassell, and then other guys that are turning into a superstar this year because they've got the keys to the car, like a DeJounte Murray. Who knows what's going to happen with Lonnie Walker? I was ready to write him off, and now I'm ready to keep him around. I don't know. Devin Vassell is ascending. Keldon Johnson has steadied as the season has gone. This team doesn't seem that far away. I don't need higher picks and younger players. I need veteran guys that can bring these guys along.
Well, especially when you're looking at a DeJounte Murray. I mean, the life of a professional athlete for most professional athletes is not that long. And you have your unicorns like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and you have those guys. LeBron James is another. But, DeJounte Murray is in his prime right now, playing the best basketball of his life. I don't want to wait another 2 or 3 years to, for another couple of young draft picks to work their way in. So you're exactly right. What this team needs to do, they've got the money capital and they've got the draft capital to go out and make some moves this offseason and really add some pieces to this puzzle that can make this thing sparkle. They've got 3 first-round draft picks. They're not going to draft 3 players with those draft picks. They can't.
They can't.
Because that's guaranteed money, and it's not going to happen.
And they've got money to spend in free agency or acquire through a trade. This is going to be a very, very interesting offseason for the San Antonio Spurs. And I look at a player like a DeJounte Murray, who I really do believe loves his teammates in San Antonio and loves being a member of the San Antonio Spurs. But in a couple of years when he's got a decision to make, if the Spurs aren't on a more playoff type trajectory, nobody is going to blame that kid, although we will, but nobody will blame him when he says, I'm going to chase a ring now. I've given this organization what I can, but this organization hasn't moved forward enough to where I can go compete for a title, and he'll bolt. I mean, and look at his agency. He'll bolt.
Sure he will.
And I can't say that if they were to draft 3 and still go through this cycle of rebuilding, I don't see that happening. And I don't see what I find interesting, Joe, the topic of, is this Greg Popovich's final run, hasn't been a topic at all this year.
No, it hasn't.
It was last year, was the year before. I mean, remember we went to the bubble? We were like, why? I mean, at his age, if he didn't want to go in the bubble, nobody would have blamed him.
Right.
It's weird this year, though. Is it because we all thought he was going to walk away and go coach the Olympics, win a gold medal, and go enjoy the rest of his life? Well, he won the gold medal, but he came back. So now, who knows when he's going to retire?
I don't think he's in any hurry to retire. And I think he wants to finish this project that he has begun. He had to revamp everything because of that number 2 guy that blew up the Spurs. So they had to reevaluate everything and start over. And that's what they've done. They've got some great pieces here, some athletic pieces here, some guys that can grow with this team. And they now have a leader of a team that in DeJounte Murray that they've been waiting for. And he came through this year. So now you add pieces to that and to what you already have. A guy like Lonnie Walker, I don't know what's going to happen to Lonnie Walker. Personally, I'm not sure he's going to be here next season. I don't know that, but I just get the feeling that he may be one of those guys that is somewhere else. Not sure. We'll see how it plays out. But the Spurs will never have a better opportunity to develop this team and to plug and infuse some talent into this team than they have this year with the money and the draft capital that they have. So once the season ends, whenever that happens, then the ball is going to be in Brian Wright's court, Greg Popovich's court, to put some talent around the talent that's already here.
Spurs Grizzlies tonight. You're watching on Bally Sports Southwest in about 17 minutes. The first Spurs all-female broadcast crew for the pregame show, which will include Michelle Beadle and our very own Katie Goodman.
Happy for her.
Happy for her. It's 30-minute pregame show. When I first saw the announcement, I thought, well, who's doing play-by-play?
Yeah.
Why is Bill Sean getting a night off? It's going to be cool. I'm curious to see what they end up doing here on this broadcast crew tonight. But I'm happy for Katie Goodman and the opportunity she has in front of her.
Well, obviously, Beadle is a professional, and she's going to handle that well, and that's going to be no problem. Goodman, it's great for her to get that opportunity. I don't know the other two that are part of that.
Two or three.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
I was reading one has done some stuff with the team in the Rio Grande.
Okay.
One has worked at KBB and Ken's.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
really? Maybe I should know her. I'll take a better look at the picture.
That 10 o'clock anchor guy. He doesn't have
that guy.
I have no idea. Cool.
No, it's cool. So we'll see how that works out, and I think it'll be fun. But yeah, they're certainly in good hands with Michelle Beadle leading the way. No doubt.
Certainly are. Again, that starts the pregame show at 7, tip-off just after 7:30. This weekend, my friends at Tri-County Meat Market are celebrating an anniversary. 10 years. 10 years ago, they opened up that first location, their Fair Oaks location, and they're having a heck of a party this weekend. Both locations, Fair Oaks and Huebner, 20% off your entire purchase on Saturday and Sunday. But on Saturday, you want to get out to the Fair Oaks location because they're going to have a big party out there as they celebrate 10 years of business. They're going to start, they're open early, but starting at noon, they're going to be doing some sampling and some demonstrations in the parking lot there. Gulf Coast Smoke's going to be out there. Wholesome Meats. You go sample some great food, meet great people like Alonzo from Gulf Coast Smoke. And did I mention 20% off your entire purchase on Saturday and Sunday at Tri-County Meat Market? So take advantage and stock up because they have everything you need to up your grilling game. They've got the beef, the chicken, the pork, the fajitas, the poppers, and so much more. You think about those great steaks, whatever it is you're looking for, they've got the best and the best selection, and you're going to get the great advice. Maybe you don't know what you want to throw on the grill. Walk in there and let that meat counter talk to you. Always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25. And again, a 20% discount on Saturday and Sunday on your entire purchase at both locations. On Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, go to the website, tricountymeat.com.
The NCAA tournament started with 68 teams.
You can feel the madness!
After a handful of upsets and some buzzer beaters, we've landed here. The Final Four in the Big Easy and the national championship game happens here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Injuries do happen. If you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need to know about Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries, and he has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available, so there's no reason for you to be in pain. If you're hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more online at tsaog.com, or you can schedule an appointment by calling 210-804-5490. 804-5490, or again, the website, tsaog.com.
It's college hoops time, and I know you want to get in on the action. I know the perfect place, BUSR. Fill in your brackets and get ready to win at BUSR. Every year, BUSR is featured on ESPN, Sports Illustrated, and Bloomberg TV. Why? Because the line starts with them. Besides sports and racing, you can play over 300 casino games, no download needed. Sign up today and get an exclusive 100% deposit bonus by going to BUSR.com/SportsStar.
Things were a lot different in 1948. That's the year my grandfather opened the first Ewald equipment dealership. Since then, there have been a lot of changes, but one thing that hasn't changed are the Ewald family values. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. As the largest Kubota dealership in the U.S., we know a thing or two about the Kubota products we sell. Plus, after you buy your new Kubota, we'll take care of the maintenance for you to make your life easier. So come by one of our locations to find those old-fashioned family values from the Ewald family and Kubota.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home, and the men who use PTO to catch afternoon basketball in March with the boys. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You probably wouldn't leave thousands of dollars on the table at a diner. Why leave thousands on the table with your tax return? Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you don't. This year, there are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits. Your Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro will help you track down every last one, so you get your biggest refund guaranteed. Don't leave thousands on the table this year. Discover thousands of dollars in tax credits instead. Learn more at jacksonhewitt.com.
The most up-to-date tournament scores and news. We've got it for you, because we all get the madness in March. Listen for the latest. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey guys, it's Rudy J. Let's talk the biggest stories in sports tomorrow morning, 7 till 10 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Well, it's been a fun show.
They all are.
Well, no, they are. But, you know, it's just.
Some are funner than others. Is that what you're saying?
Some are.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a fun show.
Tomorrow's going to be fun.
We're going to be live out at the Valero, Texas Open. If you're going out there tomorrow, find us. We're, I think, going to be set up near the driving range.
Well, we're set up. We'll tweet it out or and Instagram it out or whatever the heck the kids are calling that these days.
Well, don't ask the kid a part of this show, Edwin Hafner. He doesn't believe in that stuff. So listen to R&R in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it's the nice way to say this. Those boys are going to have to find their way in the dark.
Yeah.
And before everything's open. The question is, see, Grumpy asked Greg Shelton, our engineer.
Right.
Told them, you guys might want to go on Wednesday to get your parking and your credential stuff taken care of because the media center doesn't open till 8.
That's right.
You guys go on at 7. Knowing those two, nobody's going to be there to stop us. You remember at the Super Bowl when it was, you know, they were getting there before security was getting there?
Yeah.
And, you know, early in the week, it was, what are you guys doing? What are you, you know, there is that sense. So we'll let them guinea pig it. We'll let them figure out where we're at. So if you listen to those guys, you'll know where we're going to be.
That's right. I'm looking forward to listening to them because if you hear them and the signal's not very clear, it means they're on their phone and they didn't get in.
Well, you know, there is a possibility. There is that possibility, but they'll get in. They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
I mean, and I just hope that Rob brings this quiet voice.
That's not happening. He doesn't have one.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have a quiet voice. I don't know what the tea time. Typically, it's right around 8:00 on the first, the first round. So, and they usually go off the front 9 and the back 9 simultaneously. So we'll see what happens.
I'm excited.
Thrilled.
I'm ready to go. 100th anniversary of the Valero, Texas Open.
That is cool. The oldest tournament in one location on the PGA Tour.
And Joe Reinagel brought up a brilliant point earlier.
Thank you.
So let's give Joe Reinagel all the credit in the world.
Thanks, Jason.
For all of you that had some guy named Eric Church ruin your Saturday night plans.
Yes.
You can now go see Jason Aldean and Darius Rucker.
Much better concert.
Out at the Valero, Texas Open.
Much better concert.
Is it?
Yes.
I in all seriousness, who's better, Aldean or Eric Church?
Well, I'll be honest. Well, Aldean, as far as I'm concerned. Right. Jason Aldean. But Darius Rucker. Hootie.
Yep. Hootie
and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
Come on, you know who that is, Edwin?
Darius Rucker?
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah. From South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yep.
know, are you familiar with Hootie and the Blowfish?
I mean, I don't listen to country music, but I know who he is. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't country.
Yeah,
then.
he wasn't country. And here's the thing. Darius Rucker doesn't sing Hootie songs.
No, he doesn't.
Which is, I saw Darius Rucker playing in Houston at the Woodlands with the Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, wow.
And I was kind of hoping more for Darius or for Hootie and the Blowfish, but I got country Darius Rucker.
Darius Rucker country is really good.
He's a fun dude. He's a party.
No, he's good.
He's a party.
And Jason Aldean is good too. And when it comes to Aldean against Church, I'm Jason Aldean.
Before Eric Church canceled?
Yes.
Because I don't know Eric Church's
Yes.
music, to be honest with you.
Look, Eric Church is good.
I don't know Jason Aldean's music, to be honest with you.
Dude,
There's probably
how do you get through life?
There's probably a couple of songs that I know, but the idea of like I'll hear and go, okay, that's Aldean. Or, like we were doing a thing in Minnesota at the Super Bowl with Brad Paisley. And I knew who Brad Paisley was.
Okay, good.
Then we were partying with Zach Brown. And I think Zach Brown partied with us because he realized we did not know who he was.
Right.
Until we knew who he was and took a photo with him. But he kept partying with us.
Well, Brad Paisley's always going to wear that goofy cowboy hat, right?
Yep.
I mean, and by goofy, I mean he folds it funny or creases or whatever you call that. But Aldean's good.
It's our country music expert.
That's right. Well, I'm not
Joseph Reinagel
I'm
the folding or bending of cowboy hats.
I'm not a cowboy hat expert.
Somebody out there.
But look, all three of those guys
is
are
wearing
really
starch
good.
pants screaming at you.
Eric Church is good, and I'm disappointed with what he's doing. I really am. So that's that. But Jason Aldean and Darius Rucker will be really good out there.
Saturday night.
If
you were going to see the church choir or you were a part of the church choir, whatever he calls his groups,
yeah,
you've got a Saturday night free. Go watch Jason Aldean. Go watch some great golf. Go help the Valero Texas Open celebrate 100 years.
Be a fun Saturday.
It's going to do it for us. R&R in the morning. It's going to be an adventure for those guys starting well before 7, but they hit the air at 7 o'clock. The Blitz is live tomorrow at 4 o'clock from the Valero Texas Open.
Halftime with Michael Jimenez.
We got callers coming in.